Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to coverage of the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. We got a couple of little technical gremlins that our producer Adam Flieger is working on behind the scenes to try to get things up and going. But we do welcome you to the continuation of season number 2 of the Sim Racer Hub NASCAR Truck Series. I'm Wesley Outland. We have William Tiller alongside and special guest analyst Michael McKinnon. Always great catching up with my buddy joining us in the booth tonight as well. 200 miles, 134 laps here at Las Vegas. What happens in Sim City stays in Sim City. We'll see who's in victory lane tonight for the Pultz Poppers 200. We'll get analysis from our guest and, of course, our color analyst in just a moment. But first, let's give you the starting lineup for the race. Sean Hamilton, Jason Morellas will be on row number 1. Zach Hartwick and Hunter Parsons, row 2. Tyler Dittmer, Joey Stiers, row number 3, a couple of Toyotas. Adam Newton and Chris Blanchard making up row 4. William Tiller, Robert Richards, and of course Broadwell will be right there. Broadfoot, the top 10 here at Vegas.
Yeah, looking at that grid there, Wesley, I'm having difficulty seeing it as well. I'll throw it over to Michael McKinnon to finish off that grid.
I seen Brady LaBeouf in there. Folks, we're just having problems with the scoring and stuff. It's going to update on our end soon here, but once we see the trucks, we'll tell you what you got. You'll see the scroll at the top of the screen there. Find your favorite driver. Nate Maurer, 23rd. Looks like Torrey Thompson, 24th. Adam Cantwell, 25th. Clinkart, 26th. Not sure. Johnson Jr., 27th. Jose Luis Rivera, 28th. Usually very strong here. Look for a big move. Lance Miller, 29th. Donnie Lyons, 30th. Looks like Chris Kynes will be 31st. Raul Meza, 32nd. Curtis Rogers, 33rd. And rounding out the field, I believe that says Tim Hammond, but it is pixelating for me. So we'll kick it back to you, Wesley.
Yeah, TJ Moore at the end of the list of the 33 trucks that'll be ready to come to the green flag. TJ Moore is the race director for the NASCAR Sim Racer Hub Truck Series, of course. On behalf of Brady LaBeouf, Cody Dodd, Adam Flieger Production, all of our crew, we welcome you here tonight to the Pultz Poppers 200. We're awaiting the green flag, William Tiller. All-Star break is done. The run to the playoffs, I think, is on deck here as we go to green here at Vegas.
Absolutely. Only 4 races remain here in the regular season. Here at Las Vegas is going to be a shootout. Trying to lock in that last spot, the top 20, make it in. Of course, if you're a full-time driver and you get that win, you lock yourself in, but this is the race to do it.
Ready to see how all this goes on here tonight of the Pultz Poppers 200. By the way, they're going to go 140 laps. Usually 134 laps is 200 miles, so it's over 200 miles as they take the green flag, and we are underway. Stage 1 will go all the way to lap 25, Stage 2 to lap 55, and then Michael McKinnon, the run to the checker flag on lap 140. 5 sets of tires plus the set that they have on their truck, 75% fuel capacity. And this is what I love about this series. No fast repairs. You got to be on your A game, Michael, with the best of the best as they come out of 4.
Right, Wesley. When you see a spin right here, look at Robert Richards maybe getting a little loose off of 4. That happens a lot. Able to gather it up there. See if he can slide in line and keep a hold of it as it goes.
So William Tiller and our entire audience, I just want to let you know that if we have tomfoolery of yellow flag fever with Serve Pro cautions, it is our color guest analyst Michael McKinnon's fault because he said he thought tonight was going to go by like a breeze.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming off that all-star race, which is basically caution-filled there at Eldora, here at Las Vegas, I expect basically the same. Not as many cautions here tonight, but definitely the caution flag is going to fly. I think the aggression, the intensity of knowing what's at stake with only 4 races to go, some of these drivers are going to put it all out on the line here the next few weeks.
Yeah, Michael McKinnon, I know you were watching the all-star race last Monday night, but it sounds like what they said is it is one and done on the dirt, never again.
Yeah, we've ran it a few times, and if you can't get the right rear scraping the wall all around there, it's really hard to drive these things unless you're a dirt guy. And folks, you'll notice these cameras are in. That's the gremlin we're fighting. Adam is working diligently to get it fixed. We'll bring you all the action we can. You see Lumpkin right there battling with Adam Cantwell as we're into 1, across the bumps. When we come back up, is that our buddy? Yeah, I believe it is Jacob Reeves running right there in the 57 truck.
Yeah, Jacob Reeves had a stellar performance in the All-Star race, of course, at Eldora last Monday night. And Watching him now reel in another former broadcaster, Hunter Parsons, our cheesehead out of Greens Bay, Wisconsin. Obviously, football season back underway with the preseason, and the Packers are ready to go for another run at a Vince Lombardi Trophy, the home of the coach of Green Bay Packers. And right now, watching these trucks going at it down the back stretch. And tell you what, William, right now we're 5 of 140 laps into this thing, and everything calm, cool, collective, and Tyler Dittmer is the leader. Allow Brady LaBeouf and Stiers have a little battle going on inside the top 10.
Yeah, you see that battle raging on to stay inside the top 5. And actually, Chris Blanchard made a comment to say, you know, throw some cheese to the mouses running in the backside of the grid. Well, right now, Chris Blanchard's on top of the grid right there in that second spot. He is competing with our leader right now, Tyler Dittmer, who is our points leader coming into tonight's race. What a turnaround it was for him to go from broadcaster now to points leader with 4 races to go here in the regular season. We're going to ride on board here with Joey Stiers right behind Brady LaBeouf in that 24 off corner number 4.
Yeah, watching all this happen with Sean Hamilton up on the top side, our friend of the north out of Canada. By the way, they can drop below the white line. It is all fair, love, and war here, as right now Joey Doucette gets a little bit loose out of line, pushes some trucks up the hill by Stiers, and of course Reeves somehow or another, as they work the back stretch, Michael McKinnon, they hold it together, but not for long. Boy, they're going 3 wide again.
Yeah, 3 wide. Joey trying to hold his position, a little block in there, and this is a huge momentum track, so he was going to get completely steamrolled there, but was able to cause a little difficulty in the pack there and hold him back.
Yeah, what a nice save there, William Tiller, as we watch this work back into turn number 1. They score Tyler Dittmer, but here comes the 9 machine looking intently on the bottom. That's Blanchard's machine looking to the lead on the backstretch.
Yeah, he needs this here tonight as he goes to the inside to 3 and 4. We jump back to the 5th and 6th positions as we have a battle for the lead going on right now around 3 and 4. As now Chris Blanchard is our race leader. We missed that battle altogether as Chris Blanchard is going to take us across the start-finish line as our race leader now into 1 and 2.
Yeah, another lap on the board here as the field will work their way back into the corner. Got Blanchard now. Blanchard's towing number 9 House Machine. That's Chevrolet. Ford is peeled to the bottom. He is the leader. The Toyota now back on the outside. There's Dittmer. They battle side by side. McKinnon down into turn number 3.
Yeah, what we'll see here is Chris is holding a real pretty wheel on the bottom, but if he stays down there too long, this momentum on the outside will start to eat him alive at this track. That middle line seems to come alive about 12 laps into the run. We're a couple laps away. I think you're going to start seeing that here pretty quick.
Dittmer starting to power down to the inside of the racetrack, and here you go, Tyler. There at William, they're going to try to go 3 wide here. Is Dittmer up on the outside? He finally got by Blanchard. He's going to carry now Hamilton, LaBeouf, Stiers, all up on the top side as they work out of 3 and 4.
Yeah, as we talk about Keith Bradley in that Friday night series, I think Tyler Dittmer here, he leads the power rankings in NASRA. He leads the points here in this series. He's showing why here tonight. If you allow him to maintain this lead position, it's going to be very, very hard to knock it off as he just went from the top side to low side on the racetrack. He's blocking both lanes right now. He's currently holding off the number 2 spot in the power rankings with Sean Hamilton right there. He's had a great couple of months here. He's trying to creep up now. He has a battle on his hands as Brady LaBeouf looks at the inside.
I tell you what, Michael, we're watching this work through the tribal again, and look at Stiers way down below the white line on the bottom of the racetrack, and somehow even little cock sideways for a moment dirt track, and he's still made it work as they go into 2.
Yeah, we're going to see right here if what I said is true, because Brady should be able to get the pole up on the second place truck of Hamilton, I believe that was, and get past Stiers. Not quite enough wear yet, though. Joey did a real good job. You got to 2 former winners right here in the front. All these new guys trying to put the pressure on Dittmer and LaBeouf.
Yeah, we're watching all of this going on now as they work their way back into the corner, back across the start line into turn number 1 and 2. 12 of 140 laps, and got to remember we got about 12 laps left to go. William Tiller in stage number 1 here in the Pultz Poppers 200, and it looks like a draft tandem at Talladega as they work into turn number 3.
Yeah, Stiers to the inside of Hamilton right now into 3 and 4, coming off of 4. So Tyler Dittmer leading the way. So Joey Stiers will clear that second spot as the battle is still raged down the front stretch into the first corner. There goes Doucette to the inside, and that's 16. Oh my goodness, he almost ran out of racetrack there into 1 and 2.
Yeah, look looked like he was going to run out of room there on that racetrack and somehow held it together here right now in the early going. The Pultz Poppers 200. We're at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway here in virtual Sim City. It is Tyler Dittmer, our friend of Virginia, now in South Carolina, leading the way. As right now they're coming to the line. It'll be 14 laps, now 15 on the board. Stiers is there. Hamilton on the outside. LaBeouf now. Reeves going after it with Parsons as they climb the banking. Michael McKinnon into turn number 2.
Yeah, this is real good racing, and I'm real surprised Joey Stiers was able to use the bottom until he was able to clear and get to that higher line. It's just a fantastic job out of the 23 right there. And last time we ran here, Tyler Dittmer won both stages, and he disconnected in stage 3, or he'd have won the race. If Joey can put some pressure on him, he's going to really show me something.
Yeah, they work their way back across the start-finish line. Of course, we welcome you to our coverage of the Pultz Poppers 200. The next race, the final 4 races until the race of the playoffs. Season number 2 in the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Monday Night Truck Series. Wesley Outland, Michael McKinnon as our guest analyst, and of course, color analyst as always, William Tiller, and we bring it to you thanks to Adam Fligger. We had some technical gremlins along the way, but we are pushing through them to make this race happen. Thank you so much for everybody liking, sharing, following at NASRA Racing. Still a long way to go in this race, William Tiller, but only 8 laps to go in stage 1 here at Vegas.
Yeah, stage points at this stretch of the season are very, very important to finish inside that top 10. Carry those stage points throughout. You want to make sure you lock yourself into that top 20. But here goes Joey Stiers to the inside of our race leader, Tyler Dittmer. Will he have the momentum coming off of 4? He will. They are still inching at position as Tyler Dittmer now is forced to the top side of the racetrack. The 23 of Joey Stiers still on the low side. Into 1 and 2. We have quite the battle coming off of corner number 2 as Joey Stiers is going to try to clear off the corner.
Man, what a battle there. Michael McKinnon working off the back straightaway, man. Those guys fighting and clawing for it. Stage points on the line. And as you being a former driver and one of the original owners of NASRA, you know how much it is when we tally up those point standings to determine the run for a championship, especially with 4 races left of the playoffs, my friend.
Stage points are huge. You see Brady right here. You see Joey take Tyler up the track. That's the good thing. That momentum is going to be real hard to get past him coming out of 1. 3 and 4, the bottom is preferred usually, but 1 and 2, it's real hard to keep the momentum.
Hot one in the south, hot one here on the racetrack. No doubt about it here in this virtual ride of the Pultz Poppers 200. Here comes now Dittmer under attack by the machine of Stiers. Joey Stiers to the inside. Remember, he was the Nashville Clash winner back when the season wasn't even in points racing, if you will. And right now, William Tiller, he is battling right there alongside Dittmer as they work the backstretch side by side.
Yeah, exactly what Michael was just speaking about. This is a very intense race here in stage number 1. Nobody is staying patient on the racetrack. Everybody is trying to look for a position. As we're going to ride on board here, you can see how many of these drivers are just filing out, filing back in, filing out. Nobody's comfortable where they're at on the racetrack right now as we're right behind Jake Reeves in that 57. You see Joey Doucette's trying to find position as well in the 1 and 2. Joey Stiers and Tyler Dittmer, we can see it from this windshield, are again side by side off of 2.
Yeah, watching all this happen now as they work their way on the back stretch. That's known as the Nellis straightaway, by the way. Nellis Air Force Base right across the way on the back stretch here at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway as they work their way off of that corner out of turn number 4 in what is kind of a tri-oval, if you will. There's no dog leg. There's a tri-oval here, which kind of mimics, if you will, a Michigan or a Auto Club Speedway, if you will, Michael McKinnon. But one thing for sure, this mile and a half, it is fast and its speeds can get really climbing these trucks.
Everybody talks about the intensity here. The only other thing more intense for us in these trucks is a super speedway. This place is so hard to pass. This is why you're seeing everybody get everything they can. Passing is a premium. Track position is a premium. You don't fight the truck a ton except in 1 and 2 in the bumps. It's a draft track, and you have got to make hay while the sun is shining. I got to put it that way.
And coming to the end of stage number 1 here tonight. Yeah, look at this now. And look, I'm telling you, watch LaBeouf. You're talking about him making something working on the outside there, William. He's looking to the lead into turn number 3.
Yeah, he looked to the inside there, coming off a 2. He'll fall right back behind the 23 of Joey Steyer. He's going to try to link that front bumper to the back bumper. Now watch this battle with a court-side seat. Watch these two battle it out. See if Brady looks to the inside. He will here across that start-finish line. Files back behind them into 1 and 2. Brady LaBeouf sure does look fast here tonight.
2 laps to go here in stage number 1 here, and right now 3 trucks fighting for that spot, for those points, if you will. 10 points up for grabs, McKinnon, as they work for the white flag in stage 1.
Yeah, and this is going to be side by side all the way to the end, I think. But Joey might have got Dittmer up the line a little far that time. Going to be able to pull the lead here. Let's see if he can hold it going in through 1 and 2.
Let's see if he can get it right here. 1 more lap around. He's got to try to make something happen here. Dittmer powers to the bottom, pulls up in front of the machinist tires. LaBeouf will throw the block, and he'll have to get on the binders as well as they work down the backstretch for the final time in stage 1.
I mean, Dittmer looked like, oh, do we got a caution? No. Yeah, we must have a caution on it. That must have been the end. I thought it was 1 more lap. That was getting exciting, folks.
Yeah, my apologies. I could have swore usually timing and scoring shows 25, and then once they pass lap 25 to 26, then we throw the caution. But maybe the timer is up correct. So right now, that's the end of stage number 1, and it will go, of course, to the driver, Tyler Dittmer. Hey, do you love fly fishing? Want an advantage against the fish? Well, contact Pultz Poppers today. Owner Neil Pultz makes all the bass bugs and fly fishing bugs by hand every day using different methods and techniques to make the perfect fishing weapon. With over 30 years in the business, the fish don't stand a chance. If he's not hard at work making over 5,000 handmade tools a week, Neil is out fly fishing testing his products to make sure your fishing experience is the best it can be. Before your next adventure, be sure to check them out on Facebook at Pultz Poppers or BreamBugs.com. Pit road is open, William Tiller, and we got everybody bringing their virtual heavy machinery onto the pit lane for 4 tires and fuel.
Oh, I love it, Wesley. This is the time where you can see everybody just reset. You got that stage 1 out of the way. You get an opportunity to feel what your truck's like. And for me, we're watching a 3 or 4 truck battle right now. We're watching Tyler Dittmer, Joey Steyers, Brady LaBeouf, and Sean Hamilton, really the dogs that are fighting it out here right now.
And while we have pit stops going on, for those that are watching on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network, we've got our former colleague, broadcaster, now racer in the booth, Tyler Dittmer, stage 1 winner at Vegas. Man, we're not dirt racing anymore at Eldora, are we, friend?
No, we're not. Man, it's fun. I mean, I thought we put on a pretty good show there at the end of stage 1. Glad we're not in the dirt anymore. Steyers, myself, and LaBeouf, I thought it was great racing. Definitely could tell Steyers was starting to lose the front end. I think he doored me twice in 3 and 4. Which, you know, it's fine, but I think it's a little too early for that type of stuff. You know, if you can't hold the bottom, maybe try and readjust your approach. But we kept it clean up front, so that's all we can ask for, right, Wesley?
I'll tell you what, I gotta ask you this question, Tyler. Where 4 races are now, you know, into the final 3 races after tonight. It seems like just us calling the race in the booth, the intensity, aggression is really more being shown in the first stages than what we see usually at the end. Is it because you got guys fighting for spots to try to go to the playoffs?
Oh, for sure. That has a lot to do with it. Also, just guys are super competitive. They want stage points. They want to win stages. Steyers, myself, LaBeouf, we're no exception to that. It's just, you know, maybe being a little bit more patient this early on. I thought I gave everyone plenty of room to operate. I wasn't side drafting heavily or pinching. So, you know, I guess it's just patience. I don't really love the way we're racing this early up front. It's very entertaining. It's been clean so far, but I know just some netcode can ruin the night for both of us. So maybe we'll be a little bit more patient here in stage 2.
Well, Tyler, thank you very much for your time, buddy. I know we're getting one to go into line, and that's Highline Racing's Tyler Dittmer in the 34. Stage 1 winner. By the way, we're also under the caution flag for the first time tonight. It is brought to you, as always, by ServPro Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration. Michael McKinnon, your thoughts of stage 1. Fairly clean, but I would say it was aggressive.
Well, it's fairly clean, but what you guys think is aggressive right now is not even close to what it will be. There's some guys back here that I know are coming forward Now, this is one of them places that you can go side by side for lap after lap. You're going to start seeing more two lines. You'll get a three truck breakaway in the front. You're going to start seeing a lot more side by side as these guys are going to try to move forward. As I said, dirty air and track position are the two biggest keys here. You've got to get out of the dirty air. You've got to move forward.
William Tiller, what are you thinking? Wanting to go with the line?
I'm thinking right now here in stage 2, you want to try to make up as many positions as you can. As I mentioned, as we headed down pit road, it's basically a 4-truck battle right now. I'm curious to see who else can start to move up the grid, put their name in the hat. As I mentioned, we're only going to take the top 20 drivers into those playoffs. So if you're right at that cut line, you have to start performing here tonight or you're going to run out of races.
All right, there's the thoughts of all of that going on. And so the scoring ticker up top side shows Tyler Dittmer, the leader of 33 trucks, by the way. Dittmer in second, Joey Stiers in Dittmer front row. LaBeouf and Doucette, row number 2. Reeves Parsons, row 3. Blanchard White, row number 4. Row 5 is Tribune, and as well as Morales, one of the Highline Racing entries. They're cheering on HLR in the chat box, and obviously Stage 1 winner in the Pultz Poppers 200, already going to Highline Racing driver. The driver, of course, is Tyler Dittmer. He's alongside. Lights are off on the iRacing official pace truck. It's about to make the veer onto the left-hand turn to pit road, and the field will get ready to come back to the Geico restart zone. Still a long way to go, by the way. Stage number 2 is going to be about less than 30 laps. We're going all the way to lap 55, and yes, lap 55 will be when the stage flag and yellow flag will fly over the top 10. Green flag goes back in the air. We are back underway. Stage 2 here at Vegas, and quickly on the jump, Michael McKinnon. It is Stiers taking him on the top shelf down into turn number 1.
Yeah, that big jump will be negated real quick here with the draft, but like I said, this bottom line will prevail for 3 or 4 laps, maybe 5. And then the top will start to come back in. So start looking to see who's moving on the bottom. Look for Richards, look for Lumpkin, look for those kind of guys. They're going to start coming forward here pretty quick.
William, I'm telling you, buddy, we're watching all of this crazy chaos go on here at the start-finish line. And, man, y'all, we got trouble. Oh, speaking of chaos, yes, we do. Trucks involved. Is that Bradley in 29? I think it is. Oh, no, it's Donnie Leah. Donnie Lyons in the 79 involved. I did see a glimpse of some other trucks caught up in it.
Yep.
The 17 of Brandon Bullock.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't see where that started. I saw a truck sideways just for a second, and then the camera view moved, and right around the middle third back is where it started. I don't know if it was Bullock or somebody.
Yeah, I would say as we get ready to show you the replay first time tonight on the Pole Instant Replay, I would say look at the 79 and the 17. That's Lyons and Bullock. Somewhere around that is what has triggered our second Serve Pro caution. And quickly, William Tiller, as we go into the green on stage number 2.
Yeah, we check out the on the pole instant replay here, and as Michael was mentioning, it was coming off a corner number 4, and you see it. We're 3-4 wide. Some trucks are heading down pit road there. Try to see what happens here that sent some trucks into the wall as we get this queued up here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Coming off the corner.
I saw somebody sideways right before that. I just don't know exactly where it was. Maybe back it up just a little bit. You might have a couple guys scrambling to get out of the way here and kind of see what was up. I don't know. Somebody was sideways back there.
As we take a look now to see what happened as trucks were looked to be heading down pit road there. As we're going to rewind it just a little bit. Check it out here. There's the 17 truck. There's the 89, a Hamilton who was running very strong to start off this race.
Yeah, I'm not sure here.
Oh, here we go. That's exactly what we need
we're all
there.
the way in rewind here. Let's put it back in forward here.
There it is. That's exactly what happens. It's going to happen actually in front of the 89.
Yeah, it was Bullock and somebody. Bullock and maybe Tory Tom. I'm not sure.
Yep, the 17 truck of Brandon Bullock's right up there. And you see he's going to get loose off of 4, Michael, as you mentioned.
Yeah. Early in the run, it's really deceptive because all of a sudden it's just gone. You don't feel a thing, and then you're just turned. that's what looked like what happened there.
I really think, guys, the 88 was the cause of that accident right there with Brandon Bullock, and then Donnie Lyons, the 79, had nowhere to go. We're kind of watching that 88 to see where he is on track as we do go under our second yellow flag of the race here in the Surf Pro caution flag of the night. Of course, still in stage number 2. 33 of 140 laps, as I'm understanding we're having a problem in the replay booth, but yeah, that's where we're at right now, and we'll pretty much we got an idea, William and Michael, of what took place there. We caught the tail end of it. The cameras did.
Yeah, like I said, these low tire when the tires are low on air. Now, folks that don't run the sim, I know most people watching probably had an idea, but when the tire pressures are down, it's like real life. It's real hard to get the grip, and it just snaps around on somebody, and then it's unfortunate for everybody behind.
Hey, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, coming up in a few weeks from Tuesday night, it is NASRA special events, a series of special events that will be going on under the North American Sim Racing Association banner. And the first one is the NASRA 250. Qualifications with the qualifying duels, then the 250-mile 100-lap race will be held on Tuesday, September 12th. However, you have to be registered now to do it. To do so, on Discord, find NASRA Special Events, go to NASRA Racing on social media, and make your plans to join us for that event. Again, that's the NASRA 250. The big race with Brady LaBeouf and myself on the broadcast call will be Tuesday night, September 12th. By the way, the first qualifying race, Michael McKinnon, next Tuesday night. And it will be during our regular time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I'm excited about the events. I probably won't be able to race them with the work schedules, but I'm excited to bring on some new people into NASRA, see their talent, see how it works out. And if all goes well, maybe I can jump in and help call the race a little bit myself. But
sure.
I'm excited.
Let Brady know.
I'm excited about seeing new folks, with our banner. What do you think?
The inaugural 2023 King of Daytona, again, will be live streamed, all of the events. The preliminaries qualifying next Tuesday night. And then, of course, Duel 1, August 31st. September 7th is Duel 2. And then, again, the King of Daytona is 250 miles, 100 laps on September the 14th. I think they got the date wrong. I think they need to fix the flyer. It is actually September the 12th is actually the official date. But anyhow, we are going back to green here at Las Vegas, and still a long way to go. The field works inside the restart zone, and we are back underway. William Tiller, they're quickly back on the jump, and look at them fan back out quickly, 2 by 2, except for the leader scampering from them as they work the back stretch.
Yeah, you see that right there. They're 2 by 2 behind our race leader, Brady LaBeouf, into 3 and 4. And there's Tyler Dittmer. There's Jake Reeves as well. We're watching this battle for the 7th position between Justin White and the 7 machine right there off of 4. And right now, Joey Doucette keeps looking to the inside. He's going to take Tyler Dittmer with him, though, into corner number 1.
I tell you what, Michael, we're watching these trucks, and again, as we mentioned, look at them definitely almost fanning out 3 and 4 wide, and then quickly they get back in a single file, then 2 truck tandem behind the top 2.
Yeah, 100%. You see a little teammate work at the front, probably trying to maybe slow the fastest truck on the track down tonight. And we'll see how that works out for you. See Joey actually. Oh, we got big trouble in the back. Big trouble in the back.
In the tri-oval, a couple of trucks are spun in the grass. Jason Morales for Highline Racing is one of them. I think Hagen might be the other one. And the caution will come out for the 3rd time here on lap 37. It is Chris Blanchard. Correction also involved.
Still green.
And they're not throwing caution. We are still green. They were just going slow, William Tiller. We are still under the green flag as they come out of 4.
Yeah, nothing's tamed down up here at the top. These boys are racing like it's the last lap on the racetrack. We're only 38 laps into this race. They keep bobbing and weaving one another. We have a 3 battle for the lead there on the inside. Joey Doucette, Tyler Dittmer, Joey Stires on the top side. Let's see, coming off of 2. Boy, they are hungry here tonight as we roll into 3 and 4.
And I'll be honest with you, Michael, I think what we just saw happen made everybody scamper, get on the binders, because maybe they thought they were going to be under caution, but they never threw a yellow. And in doing so, look at the separation now as we have pack racing in different groups around Vegas now into turn 1.
100% Wesley. These guys in the back are going to have to get single filed out here pretty quick and get just rolling as hard as they can go to try to get to the rear of this pack, because that's 9 of the 10-point positions right in the front there. They're going to really have to get singled out and get the draft really moving to get them pulled back up.
And Michael, I'll ask you, as we look at that top side of the grid, that group that's separated there, what do you think about those aggressive moves we're seeing right there? You saw the 24 throw that nose in front of the 16. Now, Tyler Dittmer spoke about the aggression in this race. Thinks it's a little bit too early, but things are very airtight here on this first group.
I think everybody knows Dittmer's the fastest truck on the track. He has been 3 or 4 different times we've raced here. And I think they were trying all they could do to keep him back, but I think he's about had enough of it.
Yeah, we're watching all of this going on now as they work their way back into the part of the track down into turn number 1 and 2. And man, you know, we asked the question to Dittmer, and we're even seeing it now by Dittmer himself. These guys are just going at it tooth and nail down the back straightaway. And Brady LaBeouf, the Louisiana driver, right there on the bayou in that top spot behind them, though. William, look at him trying to go 3 wide. The monkey in the middle is either going to be Stires or Doucette. They can't decide. Back to 1.
Oh my goodness, 3 wide into 1. Brady LaBeouf now has to block all 3 lanes heading into the corner. Joey Doucette's going to get squeezed out of that down into 3rd. Joey Stires coming off the corner. Boy, that makes me nervous to exit the corner every single time. And my question to you, Michael McKinnon, do you think these guys are racing this aggressive because most of these guys are already locked into the playoffs, or do you think it's just because this is Las Vegas?
With Las Vegas, and you can't pass here. This is all about getting the track position for the setup the 3rd stage. But now these guys are being smart. Get in line. You can see them reeling them in a little bit, but if they're going to have to stay like that until probably the end of the stage, try to get caught back up. Uh-oh, Brady's going to get stuck on the bottom. This may give the advantage to Steyer and Dittmer.
Now watch this now, side by side, but now LaBeouf down on the bottom. By the way, we're about less than 12 laps to go here in stage number 2 of the Pultz Poppers 200. Here's one thing to think about. We're under 100 laps to go, William. Michael McKinnon.
Look at the front.
LaBeouf and Stires in the fence.
Oh my
The
goodness.
zipper barrier coming back down on the bottom of the racetrack, and everybody else is on the binders. Trouble in turn 1 and 2.
Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Brady thought he was clear here, and he was not. I think he just turned across the nose. I think. We just back that up a little bit, Adam. Just back that up. Yeah. Right there.
And guys, we've been watching this for the last couple of laps, these aggressive moves, these aggressive blocks. And Michael, I think you hit it right on the nose there.
I tell you, I really can't tell if Dittmer got into him first. I couldn't quite tell.
You know, it looks to me like Brady thought he might have been clear of Stires, and he pulled in front of him. Let's look at the replay here. I don't see Dittmer nowhere inside, as you said, Michael.
Nope.
He is way back there. So Dittmer is not guilty. But look at this. I think LaBeouf, wow, I can't tell. I can't tell if Stires came down low and hit the right rear of the 24, or if Brady LaBeouf thought he was clear and was going to the top and got collected with Stires. Can we see this again, Adam? Blimp view in real time. That'll probably tell the tale right here. Blimp view in real time, because I just think this is just too close from this angle. Let's go up top side, aerial coverage. And
yeah, Joey never moved.
You know, Brady went up high. I think he thought he was clear, Michael. That's the clear verdict here.
Yeah, I think what he thought was he would blend out getting set up for the corner, and he never moved. And that's just unfortunate. I think he just expected him to fan out getting ready for the corner, and it just never came. It's rough luck for the leaders, boys. What do you think, William?
Then he T-bones. And then he T-bones, Steyer's T-bones Brady LaBeouf. Almost another part of the length of the racetrack into the corner after slamming off the safer wall barrier there, William Tiller.
Yeah, and I was just looking at the point standings here because I was dealing with two of our leaders here in this race. Of course, for Joey Steyers, he was tied for the points heading into this race. This is going to hurt more for Brady LaBeouf, who is currently in that 12th spot in the point standings. Of course, it's going to be the top 20 that move on, so he's going to have a little bit of a wiggle room here after tonight's accident, but definitely has to keep it clean the next 3 races.
Caution flags are brought to you by Serve Pro, by the way, fire, water, cleanup, and restoration. To give you a little bit more information about Serve Pro, we thank them for being, of course, the caution sponsors of the Monday Night Sim Racer Hub NASRA Truck Series. Of course, restoring homes affected by fire, water, mold, or hurricanes like it never even happened. Don't stress about the mess. Contact Serve Pro today at servepro.com. The entitlement sponsor of the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series is SimRacerHub.com. Sim Racer Hub is the home for iRacing League scoring. Please check them out at SimRacerHub.com and make sure you have a record of all those race wins. And, of course, to add a little bit more to that, William Tiller, you know, you can look at points. You can look at stats on the overall series. You can look at the wins column, top 5, top 10s. I am a big fan of Sim Racer Hub. They do a phenomenal job in helping us broadcasters out for whatever iRacing broadcasts we do, like here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Be prepared about each driver.
Absolutely, Wesley. I think it's one of the most detailed sites out there. It's almost more detailed than an ESPN or Fox Sports, to where it breaks down almost everything. You can go in seasons past. You can check out individual drivers, individual leagues, individual tracks. I mean, it's crazy the amount of detail that they have on the SimRacerHub.com. And as you mentioned, you want to keep track of all your wins, all your top 10s. Actually, that's where I just went to get those point standings we were just talking about, Wesley. So definitely go check them out at SimRacerHub.com.
Well, it looks like that the chat box is quite lively for Highline Racing for a couple of drivers like Steve Barnett, unable to be with us tonight, and of course Jason Morellas. Some people showing displeasures, frustrations. The show goes on, and obviously Morellas was part of that accident there that did not trigger a caution. I think we're catching the tail end of the convo. Michael, lights off on the coming back to green with 7 laps to go in stage number 2. Your take of the Pultz Popper 200 so far?
Well, as we said, aggressive. It's hard to pass. It's a little bit. I think Dittmer, if he wins the stage and we talk again, he's going to say it's way too much. But I'm enjoying it. I like the pack. I like the tough racing. Unless I'm caught up in it like I was Friday night. But it's all right. This is been exciting so far.
Yeah, Michael McKinnon joining us in the booth as a special guest analyst. William Tiller, as always, joined alongside. Adam Flieger is doing a phenomenal job throughout all the hiccups with the technical gremlins not of his control to make this broadcast happen. And, of course, TJ Moore, the race director. Everybody with NASRA, Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott. They rock and roll with this event. 4 races to go, counting tonight until the playoffs for season 2. And who will be the champion, Adam Newbert or others? As right now the pace truck drops onto the pit lane. We go back to green with, of course, 6 laps remaining here in stage number 2. We've got a lap 55. This will be a quick sprint, if you will, William Tiller. But right now, Dittmer right back out in front on Parsons as they work into turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, Dittmer's going to waste no time getting out of the inside lane. You see Hunter Parsons, Joey Doucette, Jake Reeves right there as well. Doucette will look to the inside of Parsons down the backstretch here. He's trying to get up to the 2nd spot, and he'll try to make that pass into 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Jake Reeves will stay on the top side of the racetrack. Tyler Dittmer still our race leader off of 4. Joey Doucette right now is all by himself there on the inside lane, as now Tyler Dittmer is under fire into 1.
You know what I find exciting, Michael McKinnon? You got a guy like Tyler Dittmer, Hunter Parsons, and Jacob Reeves, who we normally hear in the broadcast booth. These guys are showing these racers that are regular NASCAR guys that they can do talents on both the mic and in the steering wheel in the 3.
100% correct. I've been watching Jacob all night. He hasn't bobbled once. His truck looks fantastic, and he's just easing his way forward. He's going to be in a real good position here by the time this stage ends.
And it'll be 5 laps to go, 4 to go now into stage number 2. Dittmer, Parsons, Doucette, Reeves, they battle now 2 by 2 off the Nellis straightaway. William Tiller into 3.
Yeah, they're still side by side. We jump back here to the low side of the grid. Brian Broadfoot's one of those machines that needs to crack inside the top 20 if he wants to make the playoffs. He's racing with a lot of cut line drivers right there. You see Jacob Klinkar, you see Christopher Blanchard. All these guys need good results here down the stretch. We'll jump up here to Adam Newton in that 82 machine. He's under fire there from the 10. They're side by side into the corner. Battles everywhere here on the racetrack.
I'm wondering if we could possibly go on board Adam Fligger with the leader, Tyler Dittmer, and describe the banking. 20 degrees of banking working into the corners into 1 and 2 to 3 and 4. And then you've got around 9 to 12 degrees on the straightaways. Michael McKinnon, driver analyst you are, what's it like going from 9 degrees here to now 20 degrees this quick in the banking? What does it do to the truck?
There's a lot of grip here, but you do have to lift a little coming into 1. You see the line he's running. That's to stay above the bumps. And the same thing down here. If you hit this too hot, this takes you straight out. You think you're comfortable, but you're not. You don't feel the huge sensation like you do at the super speedway, but you do feel it. You feel the grip, and you see Tyler running this line. And the thing other people never pay attention to, watch this, folks, there's these little gray squares. See the gray squares there? Here they come. That's the preferred line, everybody, and that's where he is trying to run, right between those marks.
And he's got a half a lap to go, William Tiller, to lock up another stage in stage 1 and 2 at Vegas.
Ooh, as you say that, Wesley, Joey Doucette's going to look to the inside. 100 Parsons here off the corner. Tyler Dittmer is still calm, cool, and collected as he crosses that start-finish line into 1 and 2. Joey Doucette looks to be hungry here tonight. The Joker wants to win Las Vegas as he's still door-to-door with 100 Parsons for a second. Tyler Dittmer takes it down the backstretch.
Well, this is it down the backstretch here for the final time. Again, it is right now Tyler Dittmer holding off Parsons, Doucette, Reeves, Mowers, in the top 5. And we got him flying through the air. Joey Doucette is airborne. They're wrecking in the tri-oval. Jacob Reeves is caught up in it. So is Miller after a stellar drive at Eldora last week in the All-Star event. Other trucks smashed, crashed, demolished at the end of stage number 2 here at Vegas. Wow.
Yeah, that started with Joey. Put it on Joey Doucette. You don't have to look any farther. He either tried a slide job or he thought he was clear again. He went right across the nose of Jacob. You'll see him when he exits the corner here. He had the big run. He just didn't make it.
Doucette on the inside, pushes up into the 57 of Reeves and William Tiller. They're coming to the flag here at the end of stage number 2. Reeves is not going to back off. He literally let him have it and hooked the right rear of Doucette, and around he went at the wrong part of the racetrack, up under the safer barrier. He goes airborne, and then Reeves gets turned in by Maurer and the rest of the pack. This is one of the worst wrecks we've seen in the NASCAR season so far on Monday night.
Yeah, one of the worst wrecks we've seen in a long time. Joey Doucette is going to do some somersaults, some flips there on the front stretch. Some fans will get a lucky souvenir for home. And you see there, Michael, how many drivers are going to be involved in this. As you see the 57 of Jake Reeves, he's going to maintain after making contact with Joey Doucette, but he's unfortunately going to get loose coming off of 4. We're right on board here. Man, look at this point of view, Michael. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that would have been catastrophic in the real world. My goodness, that front end hooked and airborne he went, and it took out a ton of good competitors.
Wow.
No, there's nowhere to go.
Absolutely nowhere to go, man. I mean, and you know what? I got to be honest here. I know he right rear hooked him, Michael, but I can't say I fault Jacob Reeves at all. He had a line. He
Not
was
at all.
sticking to that line. That went from the bottom to the top, and he got hooked in the right rear.
Yeah, you could watch his wheel. He was turning in hard. I think he just got a little tight right there, slid up. As we were talking about, if you overshoot that corner, it pushes you out. I think he thought he had a little more room than that, but man, that's going to shake up the field crazily.
And not only that there, guys, I think this is going to shake up that playoff picture as well, depending on the drivers that were involved in that. This might be the wreck we look back on when we set our top 20 for those playoff races of who made it and who didn't based on this wreck here tonight.
I'll take the blame, I guess. I thought we'd have a big, calm thing here. We've had 4 cautions in this stage alone.
Hey, he did say he thought that this was going to be a calm race. Hey, let's check in with another member of the Highline Racing team and grab Hunter Parsons. He'll finish in the runner-up spot, or at least in the top 3 at the end of stage number 2. Here tonight, it's also presented by the Glass Mechanic Stage 2 winner, part of the Pultz Poppers 200. Oh my goodness, Hunter, it's like borderline super speedway out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly feels that way tonight. A lot of wide open, a little bit of burp in the throttle, but I mean, overall, you got to be in one lane, it seems to be, to make anything happen your way. So, very super speedway feel tonight.
William Tiller.
Yeah, we've talked about the intensity, everything here tonight, Hunter. We just saw your performance at Eldora. You ran very good there coming into tonight's race. You're doing the same thing here. What do you think it's going to take to keep that 34 at bay?
Well, I wasn't at Eldora last week, but I'll try my best to keep it up here for you guys. Just need some good, consistent, clean runs, and we've seen some pretty heavy hitters taken out of this race already. So I just got to stay clean. Got a couple teammates up here that I can trust, and we should be all right to the end.
Hey, I got a quick question.
Driver analyst Michael McKinnon. Yeah, I was about to ask you. You got anything for a Parsons?
I got a question. I don't know. With the 75% fuel, is this a 2-stop race from here?
Right now, it's looking that way. So it's going to be a 2-stopper, and hopefully we can stay green and see a different variety of strategies here.
Tim, buddy, I appreciate it.
Buddy, go get him.
Thank you.
One of the other members of Highline Racing, of course, behind the stage 1 and 2 winner, Tyler Dittmer. That's, of course, Hunter Parsons. I was going to ask him if he missed being in the booth, but I don't think he does, William. I think he likes racing these trucks, by the way. Lights are off on the pace truck. We now go into stage number 3. This will take us all the way to the checkered flag on lap number 140, unless we do have overtime 3 attempts at a green-white checker. That'll also wrap up our 3rd or 4th Serve Pro caution of the race. Serve Pro fire, water, cleanup, and restoration. Pace truck drops onto the pit lane. Here they come back inside the Geico restart zone, and we are green flag now on lap number 60. It is a, if you will, 80-lap push, William Tiller, to the checkered flag as they get the whole shot with Blanchard in front, Parsons in tow. They climb the bank and into 1.
Yeah, they're checking up hard there on the inside as Hamilton's going to get left out all by himself. Blanchard will get swung out to the outside as well. Parsons is going to leave the 34, Tyler Dittmer, into 1 and 2 as we jump back here towards the back of the pack as we watch these guys battle it out. There's Derek Kilgore. Oh, my goodness, as we have a loose truck in the middle lane.
Yeah, Torrey Thompson just about got everybody, maybe for a second time there, but this battle up front is intense and ready to go. I think Blanchard may have started on some old tires there, but they were able to clean it up and get going. And here's a new player I talked about, the 18 Lumpkin, coming hard.
Yeah, watching all of this going on now as they work their way back out of the corner. Oh boy, Parsons now, the cheesehead from Green Bay, wants to show his momentum to be up in the front spot right now as they work their way into the corner out of turn number 4, back to the line. It is now Parsons, it is Lumpkin, it is Newton, it is Dittmer, it is Hamilton 5 trucks now for the lead, William, out of turn number 2.
Yeah, how about Newton in that 82 machine? He has been on fire the last couple weeks, whether it's on the Friday night series or Monday night series. He's trying to take that top spot from Tyler Dittmer in those power rankings, as he's going to look to the inside off of 4. Will he have enough racetrack to do so? No. Oh my goodness, this is getting very dicey up here. A lot of inching around the racetrack as Lumpkin's still leading the way into 1 and 2.
James Morris, for some reason, says the broadcast is trash. I'm checking on my end on Facebook as well as YouTube. Everything looks good. Maybe it's on your end. Check your internet right now. The leader's working at turn number 3. It is now a push to a new leader. Here comes Lumpkin. Lumpkin is the new leader as they work their way into the corner. It is Newton. Newton now opens the door on the bottom. Dittmer will follow. Look at Jason Morales. Raw Mesa now in this mix again, Michael, into turn number 2.
Yeah, we're seeing these new players starting to come to the front. Morales mixed up in an early incident, able to make his way back. And then you got teammates of Meza. Well, I don't think they're teammates on Monday. They're teammates on Friday. Meza and Hartwick making their way up. Just really nice racing right now if they can just hold it like this for a while.
See Newton right on the tail of Justin Lumpkin going into 1 and 2, and we spoke to Tyler Dittmer when he won that first stage, talked about the intensity. I don't think, oh my goodness, is Adam Newton, he's sliding across the racetrack right there. He maintains it, got very low on the apron, almost cost him dearly here in this race.
What a save by Adam Newton, and now he has fell back up on the top shelf where Grandma hides the cookies from Grandpa and the dentures too. He's on the outside lane, back to the bottom. Everyone stays single file. Lumpkin to the lead. Dittmer will now go to second. Parsons as they work to third as they climb the bank into 1 and 2.
This is kind of what I've been waiting to see. These 3-4 guys going to single it out in the front. Oh, we got blocking going crazy up here. My goodness.
Yes. Boy, oh boy, you know, William, this is what we talked about, man, and it's showing its ugly colors right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can tell that these guys know there's only 4 races to go here in this season. The intensity level is at its highest. The volume level is at its highest. We've been racing like it's the last lap since the first lap here tonight. Some of these guys have to perform well if they want to make it in on points. Some of these guys don't have their first wins of the season yet, and if you can get it here tonight towards the end of the regular season, boy, then oh no! Tyler Dittmer wrecks into 4. Oh
wow.
My goodness.
Was this the blocking again? I don't understand what just happened there.
My goodness.
Wow.
Well, here you go. Yellow flag will fly again for the 5th time. It's presented by Serve Pro and the stage 1 and 2 winner Dittmer. Going around. William Tiller, you kind of saw it break loose out of 4. Oh my goodness, what a shot to the fence.
Wow.
That's kind of what happened to Doucette when he got airborne there, William.
Yeah, if you're going to rewind that just a little bit to see if that was clear and concise contact, sometimes there's an iRacing incident that makes that contact. We'll see if there's actual contact made there between the 18 and the 34. You see, oh, that's a perfect shot right there into 3 and 4. If the contact is actually made, yes, it is clear contact there. And Michael, how would you describe that going into the corner?
I'm not sure. I just don't think Lumpkin wanted to lift, and maybe just a little more grip than he thought at that point. It just kind of pulled him down. I'm not sure. That one was kind of odd. Didn't look like either one really moved very much.
Yeah, I can't wait to tune into that Hot Lap podcast on Thursday to hear the host Tyler Dittmer's thoughts about that one, because I'm sure that's going to be quite the conversation come Thursday.
I'm not waiting until Thursday. Let's get him in here right now and get his thoughts again here right now. I'm going to stir the pot a little bit more. Tyler, what's your thoughts? What's going on, dude? Were you just wrecked?
I mean, you know, he blocks me down the back straightaway 2 laps prior with 80 laps to go in a race. I mean, it's just unnecessary racing. You see him come down. You can see it in the chase cam. Like, I'm not on the bottom. I don't have to be on the bottom. I have the lane. I can run what I want. He just keeps coming down and gets into me. It's just, you know, I'm not one to be afraid of controversy. It's you know, it's unnecessary racing. We have over 70 laps to go, Wesley. Why are we racing like this? I mentioned we were racing kind of dumb early on. And look what happened. Brady LaBeouf and Joey Steyer's getting wrecked. Was that really anyone's fault? Yeah, it was someone's fault because they're racing too dang hard this early on. And that's the same thing that just happened here. And it's pathetic. It's really pathetic.
How damaged is your truck, Tyler? Are you out?
It's toast. Maybe we'll try and repair and get some laps run just to get a few spots, get some points, because points matter a lot, right? I mean, I did get 2 stage wins, so that's 2 playoff points, but I mean, this really hurts a regular season title opportunity for a driver like myself who misses races due to, work. And obviously a lot of guys miss races, but yeah, it's just unnecessary. I come to a track where I think the expectation for myself is a top 5, if not a win. And to get wrecked with 70 plus laps to go, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Highline Racing's Tyler Dittmer, obviously his frustrations there of what just took place.
Yeah, I think
70 laps to go. We are now officially halfway through this race. Michael, you were saying, buddy, I'm sorry.
Well, I've raced with Justin a long time. I can't think that was intentional by any stretch, but he'll get the EOL. He'll have to go all the way to the back, so he's going to pay a penalty for it. I don't know. I've never seen Justin do it. Stir the pot, all it is. I see the comments and the thing. It's sad the comments have to be that way, but, racing hard is racing hard, and mistakes are made once in a while, and that might have been one.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, Michael. I think we've seen that same type of wreck all night long here. Drivers just holding their lines, holding their corners. We've seen blocking like that as well. And, I understand the frustrations of Tyler Dittmer in that 34 machine, but I think the good news is that who he was battling for that regular season title, Joey Steyers, is also out of this race. So
yeah.
As far as that goes, I think he can take a little bit of a sigh of relief there. But we know the competitiveness of the 34 machine does not like to see his night end like that.
No, I was surprised with the blocking. Like I said, we still got, we were going to have, I don't know what the caution laps if it will, we were going to have 2 pit stops, but before the finish, I mean, we're not even there yet. Of course, that usually spreads the field a little bit too, so maybe they were going for positioning there.
You actually said you thought, Michael, that this was actually going to be a fairly clean race. That's not the case tonight.
No, I mean, we raced here a few weeks ago on Friday night. I don't think we had more than a couple of cautions at all, and we ran nose to tail the entire night, so it's surprising to me.
Well, we're under the yellow flag again, and the lights are off on the pace truck. We will try William Tiller to get this back going again. A heartbreak for Tyler Dittmer. Obviously, he's a colleague, he's a friend of ours in the broadcast booth, but he is also a racer. You could definitely sense the frustration he has here of what just took place. That wraps up, by the way, another Serve Pro caution, fire, water, cleanup and restoration. Still 69, now 68 laps to go here at Vegas, and we are back to it again in virtual Sip City, William, into 1.
Yeah, wasting no time. There goes the 71 to the inside of the 7. There's the 5 of Jason Morales as well. Raul Meza and that Serve Pro machines inside the top 5. As right now our leader Hunter Parsons trying to block both lanes into 3 and 4.
Now, almost another example here. We're almost pushed 3 wide again on the restart. Just sort it out. Let's let the best truck win here.
Bonsai move there for a second to 71. Hartwick down to the inside. Now, William, welcome to the front there, Hartwick. He's normally one of those drivers that are normally in the back. I don't want to say anything bad about the 71, but maybe that's why he's kind of driving the way he is, because he's not used to being up with the front of the leaders for a win.
And if Zach can just stay this position here tonight, make sure he doesn't get caught up at all. Right now, Zach Hartwick's in the 24th position in the points. He needs to get inside the top 20. If he can get a top 5 or top 10 here tonight, that's going to help his chances to become one of those top 20 drivers in the playoffs.
Well, and not to say,
and a win will automatically put himself into the playoffs there, Michael McKinnon, as you were saying.
Yeah, I've been working with him a lot. He had the pole here for Friday night a couple weeks ago, so he does have speed here, and we're learning how to race and get in positions. So I'm proud of him right now. A little loose off of 4 there, but got to watch that.
This is the run to the end of the stage for 140 laps. Well, it's been interesting. 75 of 140, and we've had new drivers up in front, and now William Tiller. Hunter Parsons is showing his strengths as they're going to go 3 wide again behind Meza.
Yeah, Hunter
Yes,
Parsons.
Raul Meza in second.
Yeah, Raul Meza's creeping up there as well in that 37. You're seeing here tonight, these guys are trying to rise to the top, make sure they make those playoffs. Doesn't matter where you get in on those playoffs, as long as you can get in. For Hartwick, he's still to the low side of the racetrack. As Michael mentioned, he's very fast here tonight. See if he can get a run off of 2 to drag race here at Las Vegas. And this is exactly what you were talking about, Michael, early on in this race. Now we're starting to see these lines forming up both on the inside and the outside instead of that gapped out race we saw to start this race off. This really makes it a lot more competitive as Hartwick needs some more help on the low side.
Yeah, he's going to need a little more help because this top line is going to start coming as the tires wear. He's going to have to try to get himself positioned a little better, or he might lose, 2 or 3 spots here if it gets a little bit tight coming off of 1 and 2.
Right now, working that back straightaway, and currently Parsons outside, Hartwick on the bottom, Meza Morales will follow. Here comes Kerry Tribune on the top now. Richards is back up there on the bottom. Adam Newton also sticks his nose in the battle again as they work lap number 80 coming up here. William into 1.
Oh my goodness, Raul Meza scooting up the track just a little bit there. That might open the door for a 3 wide battle down the backstretch. Chase Morales comes up the track there to block Kerry Tribune. This is going to get very tight into 3 and 4. Morales, though, with a huge run on the inside lane. Hartwick still is going to take us off of 4. Oh my goodness, as Parsons comes down the racetrack to block the 5 of Morales. This is high intensity racing here on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network.
And down to the bottom of the racetrack now. Look at Hartwick now. Zach Hartwick will lead laps here at Vegas down the back straightaway. He'll pull away. A truck length now between Parsons. Now Morales. Look at Highline Racing number 5 back in the dogfight. He's looking for the deuce as they work out of turn number 4. William. Michael. Oh, we got trouble. They're wrecking. Cody Knott. Lumpkin. Richards. Trucks are scattered all over the place. Caution out again. Wow.
As we check it out here, you saw Raul Meza starting to scoot up the racetrack there. See what happens here down the backstretch.
What happened?
We'll check it out here. Yeah, definitely going to involve Raul Meza in that 37. I think it's going to involve Robbie Richards as well. Cody Knott in that 26 is going to be wrapped up. See if we can get a look at that here on the Serve Pro caution flag.
I just saw the 37. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just saw the 37 and then we didn't. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know where it went.
We rewind it to see exactly what happened. It looks like it's going to be down the backstretch. Is going to be first where it starts, right into 3 and 4.
I think it's like Cody Knott.
Contact made.
Yeah. Oh, man. Michael McKinnon, it's another right rear shot to the 48.
No.
Yeah, it's another clear, not clear. That's exactly what that is.
Kilgore, Lumpkin, Miller. Door bumper not clear, as we said. Yeah. Wow.
And guys, these are all drivers on that cut line. You're looking at the likes of Raul Meza. You're looking at the likes of Cody Knott right there. Bronner Broadfoot in that 22. Derek Kilgore in that 11. All these guys are trying to race in on points, and this is going to make quite an impact on that top 20 here down the stretch.
Yeah, that's the same thing kind of happened with Brady earlier.
The
He
chat
thought he could set up.
box. Yeah. Michael McKinnon, you hinted on it earlier, and I'll add again. The chat box is quite lively right now in the NASCAR broadcast for Vegas for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody's got their favorite dudes. I mean, I don't know what else Raul could do there, but it caused a lot of chaos. And there goes Justin. Looks like, he got Lance Miller, Kilgore, Bullock might squeak through, Knott sideways, Justin White, T-boned, just got missed. Broadfoot, they just took out a lot of guys.
And Lumpkin's going to join the garage with Tyler Dittmer in that 34. That's going to be a little heated garage when he pulls that 18 down pit road, as now I don't want to say karma catches up to you, but there the 18 gets involved in a huge one. He goes airborne there in that wreck. But, guys, I'm really worried about some of those drivers there that were involved. If this will be the night that knocks them out of that top 20, as mentioned, those were a lot of the guys right there on that cut line.
Well, I'm confused, guys, because I just saw the post by Jason Morellos, and it says, and I quote, quit protecting the bad drivers. If someone makes a mistake, don't cover it up with a participation trophy mentality. They screwed up, ruined a great driver's night, call them out like old school NASCAR. I don't think in any way any of us in the booth were trying to protect what somebody did. Listen, there is blatant things that you see, virtual or reality, Michael McKinnon, where you can say, yeah, he meant to do that, or yeah, he drifted in front of him and that's what caused the accident. Kind of what happened with Brady LaBeouf earlier. We're not trying to say that give this guy a ribbon for coming to run with us tonight.
No, it's getting a little bit too lively in there. That's Jason's brother Jeremy. He's on the chat, and of course he's got his people. He's got the Highline guys. I get it, but if you're not driving one, you don't know what their mentality was. All I know is I've raced with Justin Lumpkin for 5 seasons. He's never once not apologized. He's never once dumped anybody I've ever seen. That's all I said. I've never seen him do it. Why would he want to ruin his night? Let's look at it that way. He doesn't want to ruin his night as well.
I mean, I gotta say, I kinda...
And I'll be honest with you, William. William, I'll be honest with you here. I didn't even cut you off, but I'll be honest with you here. If somebody does something blatant, we normally call them out for it. So I mean, I don't know what broadcast Jeremy is watching here. But I mean, if you make a mistake, we're going to say, hey, he's in the wrong for it. No doubt. I mean, and I don't care if it's the boss man, Brady LaBeouf. I mean, hey, pardon the pun. You heard me say LaBeouf pulled up in front of that guy and took him out.
See, I might be different, guys, but I like it. I like the ferocity. I like the intensity of the race. Some of it might be a little bit too much, but I think it just really boils down to is that these guys have had quite a long season. You got 4 races left for some of these guys. If you don't make the playoffs, essentially all those weeks were for naught. You want to make sure you make those top 20. And, some of these guys have fans out there, family watching these guys for almost 20 plus weeks now. So they feel the same love and compassion as you would a real life NASCAR driver.
Well, the lights are off on the pace truck, and we are going to try to go back to green. You were saying, Michael, we're coming back to green, but what are we going to add there to the end to interject?
I was just going to say the ferocity is there's 4 left to go. The guys up front right now are 24th position and back. I mean, they're trying to win a race.
And by the way, the race isn't over yet either. It's 84 of 140 laps. So there still is plenty of time left to go in this race. Zach Hardwick trying to make history, by the way, leading the way. Not anymore. Here comes Parsons on the inside. You said it, William.
Yeah, Parsons going to go to the inside of Hartwick. Michael just touched on it here. If Hartwick can win. Oh, no! We have a truck loose off of 4 in the wall. We'll see if a caution comes out here. And it is. We just saw the flag waving on the flag stand. Boy, that was quick. We got 1 lap on the green.
Yeah, this is the craziest race I have ever seen at Las Vegas. Fireworks up for sure, guys. I hope, like I say, Steve Barnett likes it. He's seeing it tonight. My God.
It's another parking lot over there, man. Looks like Donnie Lyons is caught up in it again. Looks like, oh my.
I mean, the 47. Yeah, this is crazy. This is going to give these guys the opportunities.
Yeah, Justin Lumpkin just chimed back in, and he said, and I quote, "Hell yeah, I made a mistake trying to hold him tight and get too low. If you think I'm a bad driver, go for it." So I got to say, I got mad props for Justin Lumpkin. Now whatever just happened here was, I don't know. Somebody Zigma, they should have zagged on that play. That's all I can think, William Tiller. Was it get away from the truck on pit road? Show these trucks zigging and zagging. Show the 48 of Richards. He's one of the trucks that got bonsai'd there. Show Lyons. These are the guys that were in the wreck. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was unable to maybe catch up with that one. That one might be too far gone to find it, but you see it there. Donnie Lyons, he's tore up. Richards got some more. Meza got some more. It's just, this is crazy. And like we said, this gives drivers like Hartwick, like a couple other guys that need a win or a bunch of points, they're going to get a big opportunity right here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Michael, I think you're to blame for this. By the way, you called your shot before things got started.
I'll tell you right, I've never seen an official race like this at this track, let alone a league race with a bunch of professional drivers.
Oh my goodness. Michael McKinnon said in that quote, William, everything's going to be great tonight. They're going to go 140 laps, probably caution-free, with the exception of the cautions in the stages. They will all mind their P's and Q's. I think he might have knew something we didn't know.
It's the craziest.
Yeah, and I think, guys, if
fun.
this is intense for you guys here at Las Vegas, reminder: the last race of the regular season is at Daytona. So you can only imagine how that's going to play out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you might have 8
and don't forget, we got that. That's exactly right. Matter of fact, talking about the schedule, William just got it started. We've got Lucas Oil Speedway, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, that's a road course, and then Daytona, obviously, September 4th on Labor Day weekend. Wow.
I like that. That short track's so hard to drive, it's unbelievable. We'll see what we get there next week. And then Canadian Tire is a really fun road course, and I don't like road courses, but it's real fun with that real hard kink it's got in that track. It's tough.
And it isn't like NASCAR where if you make the Fast 16, you make the playoffs. You can at least be in the top 20. And I'll be honest with you, William, the races we've seen so far tonight, it is really going to shake up the push for a top 20 run in the points.
Exactly, and I think that the flip side of this, as Michael was talking about, some of these drivers need performances here tonight to get in. On the other side of the things, you're seeing top dogs like Joey Stiers, Tyler Dittmer have rough nights here tonight. That might be the motivating factor to push those guys even further on top of that grid. As you saw, they took a week off last week at Eldora. You take that breather, that all-star break. Here tonight, maybe with a week off, I don't want to say a little rusty, but now here tonight after this performance, I feel like Joey Stiers, Tyler Dittmer are going to come out of this race even more motivated, especially going to those playoff races.
All right, so it's 88 of 140 laps. Lights are going to be off on the official pace truck, and we will get ready to go back for a restart. Hunter Parsons, Jason Morellas, that's right now as they stand 1 and 2 on the racetrack. Matter of fact, I think we could try to grab Jason Morellas real quick. What a climb back through the field he made, as I think they're on the backstretch. Jason Morellas, we're getting ready to come back to green, buddy, but you're taking this race so far, and what a push to get back up in the front.
Yeah, man, it's been chaos. Got in that early incident there and got in the back and just head down, man. Go forward. Got lucky with a couple wrecks, but I'm up here and not planning on going anywhere.
All right, you're right there with your teammate Hunter Parsons. We'll see what takes place, bud. We'll check in with you later. For Highline Racing, that is the driver, Jason Morellas. And obviously Tyler Dittmer with Highline Racing. Hunter Parsons flanked right there with him as well. And we will get ready to bring him back to the Geico restart zone. It'll wrap up another Surf Pro Caution, Firewater Cleanup and Restoration. And it'll be lap number 989 of 140. Just shy of over 50 laps to go here at Vegas, and we are back to green. Michael McKinnon, probably the best, cleanest restart of the night, if you will, for Parsons as he scampers from the field into 1.
Get away from trouble here. Let's see if we can get through turn 4 cleanly, and then maybe we can be set off of a Treby. Big run right there. Really got a good run off the corner with Newton.
Tribune's going to look to the outside of Parsons here into 3 and 4. Again, they're wasting no time to battle it out for a position Adam Newton, though, has just been quiet here in this race, lingering inside that top 5, now trying to get inside of the top 3. He's going to lock it down right there. Morales, and we have a wreck. We have a wreck on the front stretch again.
Couldn't get through turn 4 again.
Hamilton in the grass. The 88 is involved as well. The green 88, the 89 of Sean Hamilton. This happened, William Tiller, it looks like in the backstretch into 3 and 4, like Michael McKinnon said.
Oh.
Here we go again. Oh, this time the 88 lost it. Nowhere to go for Hamilton. And he got into the pack.
Oh, man.
Wow, what a move by Richards the Weasel by there in the 4th.
100%, Wesley. I thought he was going to T-bone him right there, but he's able to squeak by. Yeah, Torrey Thompson having a big-time struggle with turn 4 today.
See, Justin White as well is going to be involved in that. And guys, for Hamilton, we saw him there in the first half of the race, the first stage. He ran inside the top 5, top 10. Somehow, some way, he's just getting reshuffled. He's been involved now in a couple of these cautions down the stretch. And Hamilton's one of those drivers I mentioned. He is on top of those power rankings, right in the mix there. Here in this point standings, he's currently 4th. So definitely one of the top drivers here, but doesn't have any wins so far.
Yeah, we're on board with Robbie. We'll see what he got to see right here. It was pretty easy to see what caused it.
See Stiers right there. Clinkart. Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, I got 6 words. Just hold on, we're coming home. Somehow, some way. We are getting to the end of this thing. It just ain't happened yet. Oh, wow. Hey, listen, let's step away and take a break. We've not done that all night. We got to thank our sponsors, and it is the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. We'll let everybody rest our voices, get a swig of water. We're back from an eventful Pultz Poppers 200. The fishes, the piranhas, they are in the water. They're on the track. Who will survive the nets and the chaos tonight in Virtual City? We're back in just a break. Well, it's been an eventful one here tonight at Las Vegas. William Tiller, Michael McKinnon. I'm Wesley Outlet, Adam Flieger, doing a great job finding what's going on with the cautions and the wrecks and the... Well, Michael, we ain't even hit triple digits yet. We're not even done yet, man. 47 to go.
Yeah, 47 left. I mean, hopefully these guys can get through 3 and 4 on this restart. I know the tires are a little cool, and it must be a little slick there, but if we can get through 3 and 4, I think maybe we can be off and running here.
And William, to be honest, bud, as we get ready to go back to green, Michael's right. That's where the trouble spots are. In turn number 3 and 4, it has been treacherous turn 4 tonight at Vegas like it was in the movie Days of Thunder. at Darlington.
Absolutely. And I think its drivers is trying to block coming out of the corner. We've seen that all night long. You know, one of the wrecks that I refer back to is Jake Reeves in that 57 holding his line through the corner. And in that circumstance, really nowhere to go. You just make contact, and unfortunately, driver heads into the wall. And for some of these guys, they're just holding lines. Drivers try to come down, make contact, and you're seeing the domino effect here tonight.
All right. Well, we will try this again. We're at lap number 94 of 140. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're coming down to the pit lane. That will again wrap up another Serve Pro caution. Aren't you glad you teamed up with Sim Racer Hub NASCAR Truck Series on Monday night? Because you are getting your sponsors' plugs all the time. Back underway. Parsons Newton, he won a few weeks ago to put himself in the All-Star race at Eldora, and right now he powers to the number 2 spot. Jason Morellis flanked to the inside. Here comes Kerry Tribune, a former champion. They work the backstretch going to turn number 3, Michael McKinnon.
Yeah, I don't know who played the game on the restart, but somebody did, because that bottom line absolutely got checked up. I'll be surprised if a couple trucks don't have a little nose damage right after that.
Oh my goodness, we're about to go 3 wide into 1 and 2. Jason Morales thought about it there in the 5. He'll look to the inside of the 15. No, the 15 will get down the racetrack there. Wesley, as Adam Newton's now left all by himself there on the top side. You can tell Jason Morales is hungry here tonight. He is scratching at the back bumper of Parsons into 3.
Back up to speed down the Nellis straightaway. They'll power their way up the 20 degrees of Bankett into turn number 3. It's Parsons down on the inside. Here comes now a run by Morellis. He's in the middle. He goes to the bottom. He'll have Newton up on his outside flank. Tribune will follow. They're single file. Then on the bottom, the outside lane. Here comes Parsons back with Newton, Michael, as they work 2.
Yeah, that bottom line working real good right now, but the top line should prevail as we come into 3 and 4, but I think Morales is going to get the lead here.
See, Blanchard's in the mix as well. Blanchard was involved in one of those early cautions. Now he's back in the thick of things right inside the top 5. He's one of those drivers that needs a performance here tonight. Boy, this is a hornet's nest we're watching right here into 1 and 2. Jason Morales is now our race leader as he goes up the track to block Hunter Parsons off of 2. As you see, Adam Newton's going to get a big run on the inside. Oh my goodness, things are shaky. They are dicey into 3 and 4 as Adam Newton's going to try to make a run for the lead off of 4.
Parsons thought about going to the bottom, then he decided to retreat and go back up top side. He'll now power back to the inside. He'll now try to stick it 3 wide as Tribune gets in the wants to play monkey in the middle. Blanchard now, by the way, puts his nose in the battle. Here comes a 33 machine we ain't really talked about much either. They're up in this mix. Oh, and hey, Joey Stiers is back in this fight in the top 10 as they work their way into 3.
Yeah, and you boys can tell it's football season because the blocking is on point, boys. The blocking is ridiculous. Here we get another block. But yeah, Stiers able to work his way right through the trouble and get right back into point scoring position.
And I had mentioned it off the track.
By the way, my apologies. That's actually not Stiers, guys. That's actually Brandon Bullock in the 17. William, they're working off of 2. It's Bullock in 17.
Yep, there's Bullock in that 17 truck into 3 and 4. Looks like Adam Newton will take the lead off of 4.
They work their way back out of the corner out of turn number 4. Adam Newton will now power his way to the lead. The run to the playoffs put him in the win column for the All-Star race after winning at Kentucky, I believe it was. 40 laps to go, Michael. The leaders are working their way into turn number 1, and it's pucker time here in Sim City.
Yeah, and if these teammates are waiting for Newton to make a mistake, I don't think you're going to see one. He's won at Dover. He ran second Friday night at Milwaukee. I don't think he's going to make a mistake on the big track. We also might be seeing a little different pit strategies with Bullock. Bullock looks really strong off the corner. He may have pitted a little early.
Yeah.
Took tires.
Oh, William, look out. There goes Blanchard sideways, man. Morellis gave him plenty of room, though, as they work their way off of 2.
Yeah, and I think going off of what Michael was talking about, maybe tire wear is becoming an issue as you see the fives way up the racetrack there, now rocking that middle lane. He's not even trying to get to the low side of the racetrack. And I was going to mention, I had talked about off the track of how these rookies have hit the ground running this season. Well, there's James Johnson Jr. in that 33 machine, and as of course that's Brandon Bullock in that 17 truck, but Joey Steyers is another rookie here in this series. He's second in the points, but for James Johnson Jr., you see him running top 5 here tonight. He's trying to hold off Chris Blanchard for that spot.
Yeah, I was about to say, guys, I'm looking at my stats and information on the regular entry list for NASRA, and I'm like, who is 33? We really don't have him as a full-time driver. James Johnson Jr., though, now showing his strengths in that Ford 33 alongside Blanchard. He's got flanked by Bullock on the outside as his wingman, and here comes Maurer also. We work lap 103 of 140 on the back stretch there on the Dallas straightaway, Michael.
Yeah, I'm watching a couple things. There's guys protecting the bottom. You know what that does? It doesn't give you the correct entry into 3 and 4, and that's just going to chew the right front tire off. You're going to start watching these guys start pushing, and that's just not a smart strategy. Get in the draft and play your position.
Well, here's the thing. We watched Blanchard now down to the bottom. There's Tyler Dittmer, by the way, who was the first 2-stage dominators in the 34 machine. And with all of this going on, William Tiller, here comes new names up in the front that have literally played possum, or guys that were involved in accidents earlier in the race that have somehow find the way to climb out of the daylight and get back in the dogfight. And meanwhile, while all this goes on, look at Zach Hartwick now in a battle with Blanchard. And, of course, the 10 of Treadwell, Adam Cantwell, as they work out at turn number 2.
Yeah, Cantwell right there. Looks like Blanchard has something wrong with him there, Michael. He's losing a lot of positions on the racetrack.
That's called a block and then wrong entry into the corner. That's exactly what I'm talking about. All he's doing is hurting his exit speed off of every corner. But he tried to block, protect the bottom, and now he's cost himself all these positions.
We have Hunter Parsons now trying to come after Newton. I'm sorry, William, you were saying lap 105, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's actually Jeffrey Johnson Jr. in that 33, and currently he's 24th in the point standing. So the performance here tonight, that might creep him up those point standings just a little bit. We're going to have to get used to that name. He might be in that top 20 come playoff races.
And here's one of the things we just talked about. We're seeing new drivers up in the front that we really ain't talked about before, like Johnson Jr. in the 33. He's 4 points out of making the fast 20 that go to the playoffs. And honestly, Michael, if you're on the outside looking in, and now that we're into 30 laps to go, or over 30 laps to go, this is when you really needed to start to be aggressive, to start making a climb to the front.
Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier. It's so hard to pass. It's starting to single file out. What you're going to see is these top 4 guys, they're in line. They've got the draft. It's going to be real hard for these guys to reel them back in.
Oh, gentlemen, another analogy you got to make it a concept here. I got to ask you this question. Are we out the window now with cautions? These caution strategies are throughout the window, am I right?
To me, if it stays single file like this, yes, but we still have to get another pit stop, I believe. I think we're going to have another one, probably going to get one live pit stop here. That's going to shake up the whole running order again.
Yeah, and for me, I'm thinking at least 2 or 3 more cautions.
You think we need green flag, really?
Yeah, because it's 75%
But Michael,
fuel
you think we need another green flag pit stop?
I do. I don't think you can run 40 laps. You might be able to in the draft, but 75%, I don't think you can make 40 laps.
All right. Well, right now, catch back up with the leaders as we watch Johnson Jr. back off at a 1 and 2. It is Adam Newton up in front. There he is right there at the number 82 machine. Hunter Parsons right behind him. You know, William, controversial if it may be, the one and only NASRA win for the driver Hunter Parsons was an Xfinity win, and it came at Richmond, if you remember, last year.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a pretty controversial finish to that race in the over-the-top designs Xfinity Series. Right now, he's rocking in that second spot. And for Hunter Parsons, he's currently 5th in the point standings here in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. No wins on the seasons just yet. He's got 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s. So a lot of these guys still trying to crack through and get a win or one in that win column.
No doubt, Michael, you talk about being consistent, and that is the kind of year that the second place truck number 15 of Parsons had right now in tow on Newton as they work back to 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real-life dirt racer. He knows how to do this. He's having a little connectivity problems. That's why our camera's going back and forth. But Adam Newton has shown what he's got. But I do like the line that Hunter's taking. He's coming in a little high, dropping it down, trying to come off low, which is, of course, what we all would like to do. And he's making ground.
Lap 113 of 140 right now, as again, third stage, final stage in what has been a caution-filled Pultz Poppers 200 here. Down the Nellis straightaway, it is Newton, but for how long, William Tiller? Here comes now the 15. Parsons reeling him back in as they work their way back to the tribal out of 4.
And for Newton in that 82 machine, we talk about power rankings here in Nazareth. If he goes on to win this race here tonight, he has to be talked about as one of the top drivers here on both Monday night and Friday night. That DSR electric machine, again, looking electric down the backstretch.
Yeah, as I said, we ran the Milwaukee Mile Friday night. He finished second to Phil Pappas, had a great truck all night long. So if you can do it on those short flat tracks, you can get it done on these mile and a halves.
By the way, don't forget that also DSR Electric has jumped on board to be the title sponsor of the new Wednesday night DSR Electric Truck Series. Yes, there's another truck series now on Wednesday night. Recruitment races debuted last Wednesday. I think they're doing it for a few more weeks to get more drivers. Recruiting is underway. Join us at NASBA Racing on, of course, Discord, and, of course, NASBA Racing on social media, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Green flag pit stops. Here comes Parsons. It's the money stop. Michael McKinnon, you said they couldn't go the distance, and they're pitting on lap 115.
I didn't think they could. This will be, what, 25 laps. They'll have no problems here. Right here is get in the box cleanly. People don't understand this. You miss your mark just barely, it costs you a few tenths. So hit the mark correctly and get in, get out.
Parsons is in. Jason Morellis is right there with him as well. That is, I believe, Highline Racing pitting together in a tandem coming to the pit stops. I would say, who better than to have than your teammate, Will Tiller?
Yeah, exactly. Morales, Parsons are going to exit pit road together there. What a strategy that is for those two trucks. We'll see if they can maintain here. But if a caution flag does fly here towards the end of this race, it will just shake up all those strategies on the racetrack. And I don't think we've seen the last of that Serve Pro caution flag.
Yeah, green flag pit stops have happened here on pit road. All of this is happening, going on. Adam, I've lost my monitor.
Yeah, we've lost a bug there.
Michael, William, you guys got anything?
We got it back now. Here we come.
Yes, we're back. Green flag pit stops is still continuing as we're seeing drivers cycle in for pit stops. All of this going on here around lap number 117 of 140, 23 to go.
You know, and how this shakes out, this will help Morales and Parsons if they can stay together. Oh, we might have a caution. This is slow. That is not what they wanted to see.
There we go. There's that Serve Pro caution flag I was talking about. It waves once again here.
Wow.
Those guys are just pitted.
Here's my man. I was about to say, man, you're screwed. Jason Morellas and Hunter Parsons just took the biggest gamble and just got the short end of the stick. Shades of the Jerry Reed song, she got the gold mine, I got the shaft. That is exactly, Michael, what has just happened to Parsons and Morellas.
Yeah, they're going to have to pray all the lead lap trucks pit or they're stuck there. Now, if they all pit, they can get a wave around, but they're going to have to start at the back. It looked like Newton all the way back to our front four had pitted. So that's super unfortunate for those guys. Now, if they have to have every lead lap car pit. If they do not, they are stuck a lap down.
Yeah, that's just, man, frustrating.
Oh, it's crazy. It's a crazy race.
I know also, I believe, didn't Jason Morellas win a couple of weeks ago on the Cop Series on a Friday night deal, William Tiller?
Yeah, he actually won
I think, when they had his first career win.
First race of the season for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. He wins in the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck. So it was quite a night for both the title sponsor and Morales taking on that checkered flag.
Now, was that a points event or was that the dash, like the qualifier race?
It was the week number one. It was the kickoff race of the season, but
it was
unfortunately Morales is a
race.
part-time driver in that series.
Yep, it was a Daytona.
Okay,
he won Daytona.
I heard that was I heard and saw that was a very eventful race for sure as well. Boy, oh boy, let's who are we gonna grab? Who are we gonna grab up in the booth? Who do we want to talk to? Let's get Nate Maurer from Brute Force Racing. He's always somebody that I enjoy talking with. He's right up there in the middle of the front. Nate Maurer, broadcast booth. You got a copy, bud?
I got you guys. How you doing?
How crazy has this race been, my friend? And do you think it's only going to get more chaotic with 20 to go?
You know, it's been a pretty crazy race when I had 6 minutes of damage and 2 minutes of minute required, and I'm up here in P2 right now. Pretty crazy race. It's going to get more chaotic. It's a super speedway pretty much with a little bit of tire saving. So, yeah, good wrecks tonight here.
William Tiller.
Well, I'll jump in here, Nate.
Michael McKinnon.
Is your engine good? Do you have the power to run with it?
I think I got the power. It seems like it gets a little overheated after about 5 laps, and it kind of seemed to fall off maybe just a little bit. But, like I said, I had 6 minutes of damage, so, there's got to be something wrong somewhere. But, if I can come out of here with a top 10, that's a win after some good stage points there in stage 2. Just terrible qualifying. Started P23. So if we can get a top 10 out of this tonight, I'll be happy.
Well, tucker in.
Nathan, do you think that... Yeah, man. Nathan, do you think that there's a lot of jawing going on in the chat box during this race? What's the vibes like?
Well, I think there's only about one other teammate that is still in contention for the win in here tonight, and the other guys that are out, they've been saying that there's been some guys talking some smack in the broadcast and in the chat, so I'm sure it's going to be good.
All right, well, man, we'll see how things go. What a climb back through the field for the Brute Force Motorsports team, buddy. Go get them.
Have a good one, guys.
So that's Nate Bauer, our, of course, drivers that, believe it or not, going to take the wave around. William and Michael, they're going to go back on the lead lap. But, man, William Tiller, they're going to be mired in the back, though, the 5 and the 15.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for both of those guys. Great runs out of both of them. Just one of those strategy calls, Wesley. It's that gamble, as you mentioned, that you have to take, whether they head down pit road, under green. And as you saw, they were only 2 of maybe 4 trucks that headed down in that window, and it's going to cost them dearly. But I don't think with 20 so laps to go here, I think they'll be able to get something out of tonight's race for sure.
Well, 18 laps to go. It'll be 17 remaining when they come back to the restart zone. Hey, by the way, don't forget next week we're down to the last 3 races in the playoffs are looming. Next week we're going to Lucas Oil Speedway. Michael, that'll be fun.
Yeah, 100%. Let's hope Jeffrey Johnson Jr. didn't jump the start there. That might have been a little early. Let's wait and see. But he's definitely out to a big lead right off the start.
We'll find out. There might be a penalty coming on the 33, maybe not. We'll see what the call is. No harm, no foul. You guys chat it up. I'll check with race control and TJ Moore.
Yeah, please do. That look maybe a little early. Let's hope not, because he's had such a strong run.
Absolutely. The 33 is going to take us off of corner number 4. Nathan Mount's loose on the exit of 4. We'll see what happens there. He keeps it calm, cool, and collected as the 33 will take us across the start-finish line into 1 and 2. Still our race leader here, Michael, and he needs this win to get into the playoffs. Doesn't have to worry about points the rest of the way. If he can get this W here tonight, then it's all clear sailing the next 3 weeks. He'll take us into 3 and 4 as a race leader.
Yeah, look real smooth there. Just up the track a little bit. I wouldn't mind being up there, saving a little tire, keep my momentum. We'll see what comes out of this. Let's hope he did not jump it. Yeah, I think he would have found out by now.
Guys, I've just been informed a pass-through penalty is about to be enforced on the number 33 of TJ Moore, the race director, has told the 33 pass-through penalty. You are being penalized.
Yeah, it looked a little early. For those at home, you have to be in the Geico restart zone before you can go. You can go anytime after that, but here you go. Unfortunate. Had a great run. Let's just get through. Let's get to the finish here. It's sad to see it, but self-inflicted.
Yeah, he made that mistake. By the way, we are back under green flag conditions. That'll wrap up another Serve Pro caution. I thought maybe they were going to throw a caution, but they did not. It is a pass-through penalty on the Johnson Jr. machine. 15 to go, Mike. William Tiller. The leader is now being easily given at spot. Nate Maurer, who we were just talking to, now the new man of the 971 in front.
Yeah, if we can get back to the front of the field here, we'll see what we got going on. I thought the 28 was up there, but we'll see.
Might be Osborne. And it is Osborne looking on the scoring ticker. If we can go back to the front leaders, the driver in the lead is the 28 of Osborne. Hartwick is in second spot. The breaking news while we keep showing the truck of Johnson is he had to suffer a pass-through penalty for jumping the restart.
Yeah, if we can jump to the 28 truck there, Adam, we see this front battle because Hartwick is closing in quick. He's 5/100ths. And we might be having that gremlin with the cameras again.
So, again, the 33, and now we're starting to see maybe some more pit stops ongoing as Maurer is now... correction. It's actually the 28. Ed Osborne is the new leader. That's the man up in front in truck number 28. And not for long. Look at him mired with some big traffic. Hartwick, William, you know he's hungry for a win with now coming to 10 to go on the back stretch next time by.
Yeah, it's quite the battle we have for the lead heading into the corner. Hartwick in that 71 on the top side, trying to hold down the position off of corner number 4. Hartwick has been lingering inside the top 10 all race long, just has about 11 laps to go here tonight. Almost contact made right there as the 71 gets shoved up the track. There's Brandon Broadfoot as well in that 22. Cody Knott in that 26. We're seeing this battle come off of 2 down the backstretch.
And these guys are going hard at it. They got to watch for net coder. They got to watch for a bump. They got to watch for anything.
Yeah, respect given, respect earned, and this is where it's going to be shown right here as Osborne on the inside, truck number 28. There's another one of those drivers that has been patiently, quietly in position, ready for all of these opportunities. Zach Hartwick, boy, he's hungry. Cody Knott, might I add. Can I mention Cody Knott? William Tiller. He's back in the top 5 after being caught up in an accident earlier tonight that was not of his doing.
Yeah, I don't know about you boys. I don't know about the folks watching at home, but I'm at the edge of my seat. All of these drivers are on the cut line. They need wins to get in, so they don't have to worry about points. Ed Osborne, Zach Hartwick, Cody Knott right here in the mix as well. If any of these 3 guys win, they would be in, but boy, it is tight. Zach Hartwick with those orange rims will come off a corner number 2 as our race leader into 3 and 4. He's starting to separate there, Michael. Getting some clean air between him and Ed Osborne.
Clean air is huge, and Ed's starting to look in his mirror a little bit as these other guys are starting to make a run at him. Needs to just keep looking out the front. This will be big for either one of these guys, plus Cody Knott.
7 to go. Back up the 20 degrees of banking into 1 and 2. Zach Hartwig, he has not won the NASCAR Sim Racer Hub Truck Series before. He is trying to be another first-time winner and put himself in the playoffs. He holds off Osborne. He holds off Knott. He's in turn number 3.
Off of 4, Zach Hartwick in that 71 looks clear right now. Ed Osborne's right there. Cody Knott is hungry for position as well. You see that 26 machine, as I like to say, that old song goes, you get knocked down, you get up again. Well, the 26 has shown that all season long. Currently in 3rd, and you can tell heading into corners 3 and 4, Michael, he wants to get a shot at Zach Hartwick, but he's got to get around Ed Osborne as we come off of corner number 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ed's not holding him up just a little bit, but you can't blame Ed. He's rear driving, front driving. If Cody can get to his outside here, he might be able to do something with him.
I was about to say, if you're going to do some blocking, you better do it now. This is the time to do it. Zach Hartwick now pulling away by about a truck length, 2 truck lengths, maybe more on those other drivers that we mentioned. All of this going on as they'll come to the line, this time by 4 to go in the Pultz Poppers 200 at Vegas. William, they work off the corner. Knott battles the machine of Osborne for 2nd. He'll clear him almost in contact into 1.
Yeah, this gives the 26 the opportunity to try to creep up to our leader, Zach Hartwick. He's got an around at Osborne. Now it is time to try to chase down the 71 of Zach Hartwick, who's taking us down the backstretch here. Boy, I love those orange rims heading into 3 and 4. That truck will look pretty in victory lane. If he can hold off here for the next 3 laps, lock in that spot in the playoffs, get your first win in NASRA, he'll make it 3 to go into 1.
Michael, it looks like when it's counting the most, Hartwick is in stealth mode. He's pulling away. The only guy that might be given a fight is going to be Cody Knott. He's in 2.
Yeah, he picked up a little bit on the last lap, but Zach doing a great job holding the bottom, stay off the apron, and bring it right around here and get this win. We're going to have 3 to go at the line.
Working off the corner. Down to the line. Hartwick now not in 2nd. And the interval about 3 truck lengths now, William, as they work back into turn number 1.
I know Cody Knott in that 26 is trying to give it all that he can here down the stretch, try to make at least an effort at the 71 of Zach Hartwick. But as Michael mentioned, Zach's doing everything perfect here tonight. We've watched this overhead view of him here the past couple laps, and he's hitting these corners exactly precise, getting down to where exactly he needs to do. Get back up on the racetrack, get down again. He is just locked in here with just a few laps to go.
2 laps to go. We'll bring you to the finish now. Zach Hartwick trying to hit his marks down the back straightaway. Doing exactly what he needs to do. The Nellis straightaway is where the 71 is. He is going to work into turn number 3, Michael McKinnon. He is going to come to the line. He will see the Darren Snell gun repair. White flag. Don't worry about a caution or any overtime. He just needs to get to the finish one more time around in turn number 1.
One more time around. We talked about it. The misfortune of some of the big hitters is going to give these guys an opportunity. He's going to jump from 24th right into the playoffs. Take that bubble guy, and he's going to move him down 1. Just a fantastic job out of Zach getting through the wrecks, working his way off of 3 and 4 right now, bring it to the finish line.
Here he comes, working off the corner. Cody Knott cannot reel him in. Zach Hartwick to the bottom of the apron, and he will win the Pultz Poppers 200. Another first-time winner on the NASCAR Sim Racer Hub Truck Series. And what a night for the 71. One time up in the front, almost got caught up in an accident. Fought his way, William Teller, back in the daylight, and he has made himself not only a feature winner in the NASCAR Series, but also the run into the Fast 20 playoffs.
Absolutely.
Quickly approaching.
Yeah, and it's going to be 3 weeks' time before those playoffs start. And Misfit Motorsports rule here tonight. Zach Hartwick, as mentioned, gets his first win of the season. He's going to leapfrog those cutoff drivers. He's going to put that 71 into the playoff races. And from tonight's performance, oh my goodness, this might be one of those sleepers to watch once those playoff races start.
By the way, the white flag in this race is presented by Darren's Nail Gun Repair. Big thanks to Darren's Nail Gun Repair again for stepping up and doing what they do with the 1 to go indication. And the celebration on Zach Hartwick. Michael, I know it's kind of like a virtual iRacing, Daddy. You got to be proud right now to see where Zach Hartwick is right now. As you said, you've been coaching him for a little bit.
I couldn't be more proud. All he needed was some confidence, a couple little tips. He's shown real good speed. He was running top 4 before he got taken out the Milwaukee Mile. His talent is starting to show through, and I could not be more proud.
Again, Zach Hartwick being another first-time winner here tonight of the Serve Pro, in the Pultz Poppers 200 here tonight. Let's take a look at, let's get rid of the 1 to go. Let's get the results on the board here as it stands with the finale of the race. By the way, all the craziness, all the calamity, somehow, some way, William Tiller, they were able to not force an overtime. I was surprised by that for sure.
Absolutely. As our Friday night series went to double overtime there, Eldora was down to the wire as well. But you saw that run from Zach Hartwick in the 71. He separated enough. He kept it clean enough. And actually, I go back to what Michael was saying with about 10 to 15 laps to go. You saw the 71 start to drift up the racetrack. He was tire saving for that run at the end to separate from the rest of the field. So he was strategizing all the way down to the end of this race. And we've seen it every race here, whether it's on Friday or Monday night. It's always your strategy. It's always your game plan that's the key to success.
I believe producer Adam Flieger is letting us know he cannot show the overall results because obviously our partner SDK is not working, so we cannot show you the results. But obviously, when it counts the most two important drivers, no doubt, of course, is the winner. Driver Zach Hartwick, obviously a good job for Cody Knott. I believe Ed Osborne got third. That is the way the race will finish here. As right now, again, Maurer and Newton finishing in the top 5. So, hey, listen. This is what we're going to do. I've got another iRacing broadcast obligation that literally is about to start in less than 5 minutes. So this is what we'll do. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to reset everything. William Tiller and Michael Kennan, if you don't mind, guys, please take care of post-race for me because this race went a lot longer than what we anticipated. But before we go to break, your final thoughts, William Tiller, of this wild race tonight for sure.
Absolutely wild, and I think you're just seeing the ferocity, the intensity. We spoke about it a few times here tonight of what 4 races to go in the regular season means for a lot of these guys. It was craziness from the drop of the green flag, and some of the guys don't like that, some of the fans don't like that, and it does make for an exciting broadcast, but it also makes for some steamy pit road conversations, if you will, there, Wesley. But I think tonight, with only 3 races to go in the regular season, it's going to be like this for the next 3 weeks.
Michael McKinnon, always fun having you in the booth, my friend. You know, me and you come a long way where NASCAR was when it first started in the 2020 pandemic years. Always fun working with you, sir. Your final take tonight in Vegas.
Opportunity showed for a couple of these guys, and they took advantage. That's all I've got to say. I mean, this was a crazy race, but the guys that needed it took advantage of it. And Wesley, once again, great working with you. Fellas, let's get to that break. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back.
We're all going to take A quick break. Adam Flieger did a phenomenal job. Thanks to TJ Moore, the race director, and of course, Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott with the North American Sim Racing Association. William, Michael, carry you for post-race. Congratulations to Zach Hartwig. We'll wrap things up tonight of the Pultz Poppers 200 with post-race interviews when we return, and I'll see you in the booth. You'll hear me from the booth next Monday night from the virtual Lucas Oil Raceway of Indianapolis. This has been coverage of the Sim Racer Hub NASCAR Truck Series from Vegas on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. When we return, we'll grab the top 3 finishers. Congratulations again to Zach Hartwig, winner tonight at Vegas.
All right, let's rock and roll. All right, everybody, we're back here on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. You just saw the conclusion of the Pultz Poppers 200. That saw Zach Hartwig in that 71 claim his first victory of the season, lock himself into those playoff races. But it is time to catch up with our podium finishers. First off, as one of those misfit motorsports drivers, Ed Osborne is catching up with us here on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. And Ed, you and Zach Hartwig, 2 drivers out of that misfit motorsports stable that end up on the podium here tonight. Take us through on what was probably the most intense and most crazy race we've seen on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network for a while.
Yeah, that was really intense. I didn't want to for sure take out my teammate. I knew he was faster. I didn't realize how much faster Cody was, though. That one kind of surprised me. But yeah, I just wanted to hold the bottom line, and I probably killed my tires a little there running Zach side by side. But we were doing what we needed to do.
Now, Ed, we talked about this a few times during the broadcast. After tonight's race, there's only 3 more races in the regular season. Did you start to feel that maybe not the pressure on yourself, but the pressure from other drivers that they're trying to sneak into that top 20? You know, right now I see you in the 31st position here. A win would have got you in as a full-time driver. Is there any more added pressure with the counting down of the regular season races?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm in trouble, but this is going to help me a lot. I've just had no luck all season, so far. It's just been getting caught up in everybody's mistakes, and we've all made lots of mistakes. So I don't know. It's just part of the sim.
Well, you get a 1 in that column here tonight, or your first top 5, your top 3 of the season. Looking forward to the end of the season. Of course, we go road course racing, we go short track racing, then we hit Daytona. You know, you said you're in trouble, but what do you think your chances are here in the next 3 races?
Well, Daytona for sure. I've always got a chance on the super speedways. If I can just, avoid the chaos, then I should be in good shape there. The road courses, uh, I should actually do decent on them, but I just seem to always stab my own foot in those deals, but I'll be trying a little harder from here on out just to avoid the wrecks and try to just keep luck on my side from here on out. I think that'll be
Yeah.
key for me.
And I wanted to ask you before we let you go, Ed, is there like a combined team effort there at Misfits? You know, you look at that stable, it's you, it's Zach Hartwick, it's Joey Doucette, Chris Blanchard's right there as well. You know, is there any combined team effort to make sure, if not all of you guys, that some of you guys make it into those playoff races?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, with Misfits here, we've actually run a whole lot together, especially like me and Joey, and I can't leave out Taylor, although he missed tonight. But we've run a whole lot together, been in Misfits forever together. So Joey is our team leader, I guess you should say, with Chris being the sponsor for us. So big shout out to Chris for sure, and Joey for having confidence in me. Yeah, I lack that a lot of times, and it costs me a lot, but this will help me a lot again, I'm sure.
Speaking with Ed Osborne, our third place finisher here tonight in the Pultz Poppers 200. And Ed, with your first podium of this season, you now get the opportunity to thank anybody you had watching at home or any sponsors on that truck.
Yeah, again, Chris Blanchard, Blanchard's Towing. I appreciate everything you do for me, Chris. Joey, for all the help that you've given me all throughout my entire sim racing career, I guess I'd have to say. Zach, good win, buddy. Glad you got it. Missed you tonight, Taylor. Then all of our mini sponsors, Nazar 360, Warrior Apps, NRE Power Systems, MT Race Cars, Over the Top Designs, Hoopty's Garage, Pulse Poppers, Blanchard's Towing, Triple M, Sim Racer Hub, Butt Kicker, Simware, all of them. We've got a lot of them, and just really love running with this group of guys. They're all, you know, we have our differences every now and then, but we always seem to work things out, and everybody gets along fairly decent. Everybody's got their arch enemies, you know, but it's a great group of guys to run with. Brady, thank you, buddy, for throwing this up, and TJ for taking care of us on the bad ends.
Absolutely wise words from a man who tonight makes his best finish of the night, a third place run for Ed Osborne. Ed, we appreciate you taking the time with us here, my man. Good luck the rest of the way with 3 races left. You said Daytona's that gem you're looking forward to. We're looking
Yes,
forward
sir.
to seeing you next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. That was Ed Osborne, our third place finisher here in tonight's race. And Michael, you're catching up with another driver who his best finish here at Nazareth. He's going to finish second here in the Pultz Poppers 200. You're catching up with Cody Knott.
Hey, Cody, it's Mike, man. Great run, dude. We know it was a little chaotic, but it's got to feel pretty good when you get the opportunity and the door opens to walk right through that thing and show so much speed at the end.
Oh, yeah, dude. Mike, my biggest thanks goes out to you. You know how many laps I've burned here just practicing the advice that you gave us since you are part of my team on Fridays now. And I think that's honestly why me and Zach were so far up front was we just took the advice from you, man. The GOAT, you've been here for a long time, dude, and you know that. I was just trying to track down Zach, and he was just too far out when I was battling with Ed, and he knew what he was doing. He was holding me up a little bit for Zach, is what he told me, and I was just trying to track down Zach.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit when you guys side by side there with him. Zach was able to pull you a little bit, but once again, it's the feeling, man. We never get a lot of these chances to hear from you on this podium and all the work you do in the background and everything, man. It's your time to shine right now. You just tell us what it was like making your way through the stuff. We know you got caught up once. Did that affect your speed at the end? I don't think it did. You had plenty of speed, but it just had to feel good. When the opportunities arose, you took advantage.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is actually my second podium of this season. I got second place at Kansas earlier this year, and then just ran into like really unfortunate bad luck, like 30th place back-to-back for like 4 races in a row, and it just put me really far behind in the playoff spot, so it's 30 points out right now. when we talking to my team earlier today, they were like, "Hey, you're 30 points out. This might be that race where you have to attempt to lock it in." And then it just when we were 50 to go, I had 2.5 minutes of damage. I fixed all of it, 2.5 minutes, and I was just spending. I was content with the 14th that I was sitting in, just trying to see if I could manage my temps, if my truck was messed up enough, because I got in the back of my teammate Raul when he got in the wall with like 50 to go. And then when we caution came out, I was sitting sixth when we pit, and luckily I came back out in fourth. And then I said, let's just go for bust, go for broke, like no sense of waiting. So I went, and then my truck decided to say, hey, you can do this. And it said, hey, you're damn fast, like you could win this damn thing. And so that's what I attempted to do. Nate said, Cody, go for it, and he knew I was the faster of the two of us, and then just got blocked a little from Ed, and Zach was just too far to track down, and I closed the gap a little bit, just not enough to make it happen with the last 10 laps to go.
Well, it was a great run, dude. I mean, it's your time to shine. I know you got plenty to shout out. You're part of the sponsor for this race and all the things you do in the background, man. Let it fly. Let everybody know who takes care of you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it's my family's company that sponsored today, Pultz Poppers, and then I also race for Warrior Racing just like you do on Fridays. So I got to shout out Warrior Wraps, Warrior Photos, Team Watson Racing Setups, RTR Materials, SRH Speed Shocks, Fat Daddy Meats, Butt Kicker, Martin Sports, Track Bar Media, Poinier, Ems Oil, Raz Energy, Sim Speed Shop, 501 Sim Replicas. Brady, you guys, I mean, like, hell, this is one of my favorite places to be. It's like my only hobby I have in life, and this is where my dedication is, in and out with everything I do for here. So thanks again, guys, for having me up here.
Yeah, 10-4, Cody. Great run tonight. Go pet the dogs. Go talk to the wife. Enjoy the rest of the night, man, and we'll talk to you later on.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Why do you think Zach's heart rate's down enough to talk to us yet, William?
Let's catch up now with the winner of the Pultz Poppers 200. Gets his first win of the season. Locks that 71 into those playoff races. Survives the chaos here tonight. But Zach, I gotta say, you pulled away at the end. You ran those corners as clean as you could. Congratulations on this big win. How'd you get it done?
Just pit strategy, timing, everything just kind of fell into my lap. Thank you for being up here and calling this great race. It just, being out there, everything kind of fell into my lap those last 30 laps or so.
Yeah, let's talk about that strategy. As we saw the leaders, Jason Morales with his teammate, they headed down for Highlight Racing under green. Was there any talk within the Misfit Motorsports stable of heading down under green, or were you guys just focused on hoping for that last caution?
Actually, so I had pit a little bit later than them guys, under that last caution, I believe, and so that kind of gave me 2 to 3 to 4 maybe laps extra fuel to where I was planning on staying out and running that as late as possible in hopes that I could catch that track position and the caution.
And now we talk about how this is your first win and you lock yourself into those playoff races. How much of a relief is that? Your teacher, your Jedi Master, Michael McKinnon here was talking about how you've been practicing, you've been putting in the work. You go from 24th, now you've locked yourself into those playoff races. How big of is it a relief? Did you take a deep breath after this win? What does this win mean for you?
I'm still trying to catch my breath. This win means everything to me. I like Michael said. I mean, I've put so much time and emphasis on just trying to get better week to week to week to week, and finally, all this hard work has paid off, and it's such a relief to just be able to focus on the playoffs now and go try to get one done for Misfits and everything else.
Michael, anything for your Padawan here who wins the race here and locks himself in?
Not a whole lot. I'm just super excited. You know what I did see? protected that outside tonight, kept the tires on it, and man, you were fast at the end, dude. Did you think Cody had anything for you? But he was coming a little bit, but you were super fast right there at the end.
Yeah, honestly, when I cleared Ed on the outside there, like protecting the outside, when I cleared him, I kind of took a sigh of relief and focused on those marks and just kind of told myself I'm going to run the fastest line around this track as much as possible and hope that I could pull away. And as soon as Cody cleared, I kind of looked at my rear view and was kind of gauging the lap times back and forth. And like, all right, as long as he doesn't catch me about 2/10 a lap, I should be fine. And I was just managing the gap at that point and trying to save my stuff.
Well, super excited for you, man. Just great to see you in victory lane, man. Getting that confidence up there. Been running great on Friday nights as well, and welcome to the playoffs, bud.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the help and the hard work that we've been putting into this thing. I mean, it truly means a lot to me to finally put one together.
You got it.
Zach, as we still have you here in Victory Lane, any sponsors you would like to thank? Anybody at Misfit Motorsports? I know you just spoke to your Jedi Master there who showed you the Force here tonight. Anybody else you'd like to thank with this first victory of the season?
Yeah, first and foremost is Joey Doucette. I mean, as soon as I got onto Misfits, he was the one who he's also been one that took me under his hand, and he's helped me out tremendously, and he's been a huge help and friend, and just big shout out to him. I want to shout out Keith Bradley. He's kind of stepped in and helped me as well. My sponsors, Blue Line Designs, that's Huck Wigington's design company, and Rage. I can't think of that, but also I want to thank Chris Blanchard. He's the one who puts this team together, and he put us together, and he's the one who made it happen.
Well, Zach Hartwick, you lock yourself into those playoff races. You get a W in that column now. In the next 3 weeks, you can either try to go back-to-back, you can try to make it 2 wins on the season, or you can coast into those playoffs because you are one of those championship drivers now. Zach Hartwick, huge congratulations from us here in the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Cannot wait to see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for all you do.
And that was the driver of the 71 machine, Zach Hartwick, out of Misfit Motorsports. And Michael, this race here tonight, we're in Vegas. You know, it's known for exciting stuff. It's known for big shows, big spectacles. And I got to say here tonight, although we're not on the Las Vegas Strip here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we got all of that here tonight. Everybody got their money's worth. There was controversy. There were fan interactions. It was quite a wild night here in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series.
Yeah, it was one of the craziest races I've ever seen on a mile and a half, especially this one. But this also, folks, this is why these guys show up. Eventually, you're going to get your opportunity, and you take advantage of that opportunity, and it can happen for you. You know, maybe you're not the fastest every week, but tonight the door opened. These guys walked right through it, took the victory, on to the playoffs. It was an exciting race all around.
3 races remain here in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series until the playoffs start. And we just saw Zach Hartwick become one of those drivers that went from cut line into those championship races. Now we go to a track that I don't think a lot of people are familiar with here, Michael. But next week's race, we're looking at a track that might throw some people off. Then we go road course racing. Of course, we're going to go to Canadian Locust. No, we're going to go short track racing at Lucas Oil next week. Then we're going to go road course racing at Canadian Tire, and then ending the regular season at Daytona. Boy, these fireworks were crazy here tonight. I expect it to be nonetheless next week as we go short track racing. Michael, you know, before we go, what do you expect to see? We saw big wrecks, big cautions here tonight at a short track. What do you expect to see from this field?
You're going to see that next week. That's one of the places that a grip is not even there. You got to run the high line. You can get through the low line, but you're going to see some tough racing next week, folks. These guys that are needing a win, they're going to give it what they got. And the guys that are needing some more points, they're going to be hard to beat.
Absolutely. And before we close out the show here tonight, of course, we have to say a big thank you to all of our sponsors here on this Monday night. Serve Pro, who got their money's worth here, being our caution flag sponsor. Glass Mechanic for being our Stage 2 winner sponsor. Of course, SimRacerHub.com for being our title sponsor here on Monday night. And DSR Electric is not Pultz Poppers for being our race sponsor here tonight. We invite you to go check them out at Pultz Poppers or BreamBugs.com. We just spoke about everything that's coming down the Nazareth pipeline here. We have a Wednesday series coming up. We have a huge Saturday series starting up as well. We also have our Hot Lap podcast on Thursday nights and our Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series on Friday. Thank you for joining us here tonight in the Pultz Poppers 200 presented by Nazra. Once again, congratulations to Zach Hartwick and that 71 machine for locking himself into those playoff races. For myself, Mr. Wesley Outland, and Michael McKinnon, as well as Adam Flieger, our wonderful producer here, we want to thank you for tuning in. We invite you to join us next week at Lucas Oil Short Track Racing. Michael just gave you the insight of what to expect at that race next weekend. This has been a Nazareth 360 Racing Network production. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you on the track soon.